What's up, bitches?
Hey.
We back once again. It's Friday night. We doing that shit.
Yes, sir.
Like we always do about this time. I want to get that sample, you know, from those Snoop songs.
That
Or
old
whatever.
Snoop, yeah, the
What
original
is that
Doggy
originally
style.
from? Like, it's got, they sampled it from something, you know? It's got to be some old
Friday,
fucking movie.
maybe? Was it a Friday?
I
That
don't
might
know.
have been
I would think that it's something,
pre-Friday,
something older than that, but it's that, like we always do about this time, you know, that shit. I'm going to get that fucking rolling on there. So today in the booth with us, we have someone who may or may not be the brother to one of us. We're not sure who, but his name is Eric Schave.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
I like the ambiguity.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it mysterious, shrouded in mystery.
Right.
Yeah, indeed. What's going on, man?
Not much. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
He was telling us that you had to stop. It's about a half-hour drive for you, and you had to stop once to pee.
Yep. The legendary Schave family bladder is minuscule.
It's an affliction to be sure, dude.
Oh,
I
it's
got
terrible.
I got a bladder like a 12-year-old girl with a small bladder. It's real unfortunate, man.
We pretty much have to take breaks on the show. Well, I got to pee too, I won't lie, but like, you know, it's like, it's this guy mostly.
Yeah,
like,
it's gotta be done, dude.
I drink a lot of coffee too, so that doesn't
Yeah.
help.
Are you
when
drinking coffee now? Is that what you brought in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pretty much only drink coffee, water, and like coconut water. I don't mess with soda or anything.
Coconut, okay.
Yeah, it's like
okay,
natural
fancy,
Gatorade that doesn't.
little fancy
Yeah,
pantsy
man.
over here.
Yeah,
No,
Gatorade is fucking awful for you. So that's
dude,
like my electrolytes.
I bought a bunch of it, and it's kind of funny because we're we're trying to get rid of it. When I was really going hard working out, I was like, oh, I get some fucking Gatorade, you know, blah.
Yeah.
And I bought like, I Amazoned up like 2 fucking things of it, right? And it's still here because when I drink it, it's the little bottles.
Yeah.
It gives me the worst fucking headache, dude. I'm like, what is this shit even?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Is it the
Gatorade's-
sodium in it or something?
I don't know,
Sodium
dude.
will give
There's
you a
so much
headache, but-
sugar in that shit too, though.
Yeah,
Dude.
if you got the regular, it's just
Yeah.
loaded with sugar, and then like
Yeah.
sugar-free shit's fucking awful for
Yeah,
you too,
yeah.
obviously. So
I used to drink Powerade, like when we were living together in the zoo, man. It was all I drank was that fucking white Powerade, dude,
yeah.
by the bottle. And like, I can't believe I just
Talking that
crushed
Arctic
shit, dude.
blast, baby.
Yeah, it's good. It's some kind of sort of like cherry-ish
Yeah.
flavor, but it's like white. Or
Coconut water, man. That's my shit. I fucking
Yeah, that's
guzzle
what you
that
were saying.
shit.
yeah, I used to
Yeah.
hate it, and like I don't know, my tastes have changed a lot over the past few years, probably out of necessity because of the way I eat and stuff now. But yeah, I drink the shit out of it when I play softball and stuff, especially. It just
Yeah.
helps, you know.
Mad potassium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But sports drinks, dude. Remember All Sport, the fucking carbonated sports
Yeah,
drink?
No,
dude,
I
all
don't.
God,
sport,
it was fucking delicious, but terrible when you're actually doing anything
Yeah.
athletic at all. Like that's the
Such
last thing you
bullshit.
want is fucking gas while you're trying to play ball.
Yeah, dude.
You
Yeah.
don't think that drinking coffee like doesn't fuck up your sleep at all? Because like I can't be fucking drinking no coffee right now, dude.
I don't have an issue with it. I sleep pretty heavily, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
all right. And some people are sensitive to it, like I am. I'm not gonna lie, I'm
Yeah.
a bitch when it comes to fucking caffeine.
Coffee's a newer thing for me too. So like when I was in the hospital, they only let me drink water and coffee. So I started drinking coffee because I got fucking sick of water, and
Yeah.
like ever since then, it's just part of my routine now.
I love coffee. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So do you got like a go-to? You like a fucking getting into it and shit?
I honestly some of the I enjoy flavored coffees like because I limit my creamer intake. So like a lot of like this is like Starbucks toasted graham coffee. That's
Oh.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But if I go just black coffee, Aldi makes some killer coffee for really affordable. It's like $5 for
Oh.
a bag, and it's really really good quality.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Just a little toasted graham for me.
yeah. I'm
does
a
that
basic white bitch for
A
sure.
grande toasted graham things. I've heard with coffee. I've heard this. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that once you go black, you don't go back.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny. Going straight to the border.
I've been neglecting that board outside of
Yeah.
the news. It's like,
Yeah,
hitting that
indeed.
thing hard still.
Yeah.
So I have a little surprise.
Oh shit.
Let me reach into the bag of goods here.
Oh shit.
Damn, dude.
You guys both brought bags.
Little
and
satchel,
shit.
dude.
You guys
I'm telling you, bro.
Rolling in with satchels.
Yeah, dude, just satchel
It's in
up,
the
baby.
fam. So this is a gift for the podcast in general.
Okay.
Either of you feel free to open that.
Okay,
Look
should we
at
like
this
open
guy.
it together like we're like a
I think
like
so.
Yeah,
I
use
think
your
a couple,
use your mouth.
like a
real,
Waiting to tramp the fuck out of
Lady
it.
in the dress down.
All right. Go ahead there. Wow, it's wrapped and everything, guys, and really nice paper here. Oh shit! Oh shit! It's
Oh,
Snoop. It's Snoop on the
yes, dude.
stoop.
So I haven't looked at this yet, so we can all revel in its glory or piss poor quality together.
I didn't know they really made these. I've seen like memes about it.
Bro, Facebook Marketplace has
Yep,
everything.
yep.
Beating the hell out of Elf on a Shell.
Yep.
Step aside, Elf on a
I
Shell.
saw that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's
Is it as
glorious.
good as I was hoping?
Bro, thank you, man.
Well
This is
played.
epic,
Oh,
dude.
yes.
Yeah.
Got that big dubage hanging out, dude.
He's got his braids with bells. You can hear the fucking bells.
Big fully lit fucking
Duber
blunt
there.
or- Oh, that's
Jay or
great,
something
dude.
there. He's in a purple elf costume. Snoop on the stoop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. That's gonna
Something
go
full of
right.
ass.
Yeah, I'll probably put it. I'll put it on
Oh
a
shit, he's
speaker
fully
or something.
opposable even?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what you
dude.
do with
That-
it.
Talking
You-
gummy style.
Yeah.
You're supposed to hide it or whatever the
You got to
the real
move
thing.
them around the house and like leave clues for your wife about
Yeah.
where you hid joints.
Indeed, yeah.
Check out the size of that enormous crank on the Snoop on the Snoop. The bulge in this thing is unbelievable.
Anatomically correct.
Just packing heat.
There
That's
we go.
awesome, dude. Much
Well played, man.
appreciated,
Thank you. That's
Yeah,
fucking
I
great.
figured you need
That'll
some,
live in infamy here.
some
on
studio
here.
adornments.
Yeah, right on. Like I don't got enough fucking shit in here.
Right. It's either that or rap snacks, and I feel like you guys will beat that horse pretty well.
Just fucking beating that horse to death, dude. Oh, we're not done. We got more.
Oh, yeah.
Get more. As they keep making them, we'll keep beating
That's
them.
Right.
years of mediocre entertainment every time they come out with new flavor.
Oh,
Those-
jeez.
Speaking of flavor, man, I got to shit on myself a little bit here. These whiskey sours, man.
I'm liking it. I'm
It's
liking it.
good. It's just like a little too much lemon. A little too much
It's
lemon.
a little
too
lemony.
much
It's a
citrus.
little lemony, but it's pretty fucking.
Fuck with the dosage. a
So
little
you ever
bit.
fuck with gin at all? That's what it used to be like my liquor of choice when I
Jen.
still drank
Who's
gin.
Jen?
Jen.
I mean,
Great
yeah,
name,
back in the
dude.
day.
Yeah,
but
back
I
in
mean,
the
like,
dizzle.
That's a random go-to drink.
Yeah,
Dude.
so-
people are into it.
Our old man apparently Ma said liked gin back in the day when he drank liquor. I mean, he was a bushman through and through.
I was
like,
gonna say, dude.
bush for life. But
Exactly.
when
See
he
him sipping a fucking Bombay Sapphire.
yeah,
and tonic,
apparently
man.
he liked gin back in the day. And I ever had like a gin gimlet. It's like a
Yeah.
fancier.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are really
Yeah.
good.
I used to
man.
get vodka gimlets.
Okay,
too.
yeah. I can't do the vodka. I like the pininess of gin.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, people love it, man. And like in the summer, like I don't know, it's like I don't know, daytime summer drink, dude. People like a gin tonic with a lemon and shit and whatever.
Yeah, all my buddies have been
Yeah.
drinking. I think they're called like, what the fuck? It's kind of like along the lines of the seltzer, but they're gin based. It's like long drink or something like that. A bunch of my
Huh.
buddies have been crushing
Okay.
those lately, and it's like a gin carbonated cocktail in a can. Apparently, they're delicious.
Oh,
Yeah, they got
okay.
that shit like crazy now.
Yeah, they have
yeah.
tequila based ones, and I
Yeah.
mean it's nuts, man.
Yeah.
Gin's like one of the go-to classic spirits, like
Yeah.
around
Oh, yeah.
Prohibition shit.
Yup.
Like
Yeah.
1920s drinking nothing.
Well, yeah,
It's
basically you
it's
make
cheap.
piss poor vodka and
Yeah.
dump a bunch
Yeah,
of
right.
botanicals in it and make it palatable.
Yeah, it's
pop off with a
Yeah.
couple pine branches.
Juniper
and-
berries.
yeah,
all
that's
good.
why it's because it's fucking cheap. Like it was cheap to make.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
a grain
Like,
spirit.
yeah.
So,
So they were making the hell out of it in Europe and shit. Like,
Yup.
you know,
One of the first times, like, first started drinking way back in the day, like early high school days, we were up at this friend's cabin, right? And we had no booze, couldn't get a booze hookup. So we had to tap into the parents' liquor cabinet once we got up there.
oh Jesus.
And they didn't have shit but just gin, dude. Not talking like
Oh.
no mixers, no anything.
ooh, that's
So we're just
rough.
drinking, you know, like
Especially when you're that age.
yeah,
you're
dude,
not like-
junior in high school, like not acclimated to any of that. Just went, whoa, what the fuck is
Yeah,
this? Oh, that
gin's
shit was
rough.
punishing, man.
I think the first time I ever got drunk was tequila, though. I found some shit in my dad's
Oh,
fucking pantry, dude.
baby.
Me and Dan Mays got
Jesus. I dabbled in it. I could never get down. We went to the UP. So one night, my friend moved to Arizona for a while because his girlfriend was going to school there. Came back. We haven't hung out in forever. Went to Buffalo Wild Wings. We're getting shitty. It's like,
as one does.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you eat wings
In
and drink
Fruitport.
shit beer, and it's Fruitport, and living the dream. And so we're pretty hammed up about 2 o'clock. They're closing down. Look at this wild hair to go to the UP. So we pack our shit at 2 a.m, drive straight up to the UP, but we get to Mackinac City at like 11 a.m., get in a hotel.
oh Jesus, you guys went that
God,
Oh,
night?
yeah, like we
Oh,
left that
snap,
night, like
dude.
trading shifts, driving piss drunk. Not a great idea, but as kids do.
Right.
And yeah, so long story short, the hotel we stayed at was out of season, so it was dirt cheap, and their pool and hot tub was in like a separate like greenhouse almost.
Yeah,
It was like a glass room enclosed.
Oh yeah.
And we like propped the door open, and that night we got a fifth of El Toro, and just
Oh,
got
dude.
absolutely
That's what
schnockered.
caught me too.
Oh,
man.
dude, that
El
stuff is
Toro.
bad. Like
Yep.
good
Yeah,
tequila's not bad,
Yep,
but
yep.
Tequila's interesting too.
The
'cause it's a
drunkest I've ever
stimulant.
been was that fucking El Toro, man.
Yeah.
That was in Kalamazoo. I drank like 3/4 of a fifth, and
Yeah.
it was beyond shit-faced, puking in the thing. They get the fucking little whatever fucking thing, you're puking in that all night and shit. It was awful.
I woke up like hammered at 6 o'clock the next night. I think we might have talked about this once, but yeah, also the drunkest I've ever been. Dude,
Yeah.
absolutely fucked up watching one of those Johnny Depp. It was the Ninth Gate, dude. It was that whole deal.
yeah.
Oh man, dude.
That's a good movie.
I've never
That
even
is a
heard of
good
that
movie.
movie.
You don't know The Ninth Gate?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, it's actually a really fucking badass movie. It's classic Johnny Depp. It's the fucking guy.
Is it Polanski?
Yeah,
or
it's
so?
the rapist, fucking Roman Polanski. Yeah, it's one of his later movies. They made it of course, in Italy or whatever because he can't come
Okay.
to America. But it's a fantastic movie. So,
All right.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of like a universal Johnny Depp hater. He does
Really?
surprise.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, dude. You've been
I
hating
mean,
on Johnny Depp.
Tim Burton
Oh,
just
I mean,
strokes that guy's balls to death.
Well,
So like,
that's true,
you know, I
that's
just.
true. Yeah, they're like
And he's
best
always
friends.
but he's like the same character and everything.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
can get down with that. Like Vince Vaughn is always Vince Vaughn, but like I
Yeah.
enjoy that.
There's a lot of actors. That
There's
do that.
some God, what's the sci-fi one where like uploads his consciousness into a computer?
Transcendence.
I really enjoyed that movie. I'm big
Johnny
into sci-fi.
Mnemonic.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, I mean, there's a few here and there, but yeah, I don't know.
I like Johnny Depp. I like
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
He's good.
a
It's
lot.
just I don't know. It's like Matt hates DiCaprio for absolutely no reason.
Really?
And
Yeah.
So my thing is, I love like every movie DiCaprio's in, but
Yeah.
I think DiCaprio stinks in every movie that he's in.
I
somehow.
kind of agree. I kind of see what you mean, and it's a part of it's. He is kind of that guy too. Like, I like actors that can really play characters, and he is kind of a guy who is kind of always Leo in every movie,
Right.
Because he never really like branches out and does like a character. He's always the star,
Yeah.
so he's always him, and he's great. But it's like Brad Pitt, for example, throws down and does all these weird character acting in movies
Yup,
too.
yeah.
And which is, like that's really what acting is, right? Is being able to like go into some weird direction. And
yeah,
do something crazy.
versatility. Like
Yeah.
the best actors are super versatile. They can do
Yeah,
comedy,
yeah.
drama, whatever, and like adapt to the role. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's those guys that they do what they do. They do it super well, so they get a ton of work. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
the same over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
So I can see it, but yeah, Johnny Depp can fuck off.
You heard it here
I'm pretty
first.
sure that's a hot take that people are gonna hate, but I said
He's
it.
just a little too much, man, with the mascara and the
Yeah.
38
And the fucking
necklaces.
belt with the
like-
buckle off
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
side,
Yeah,
and it's
like-
just like he's just
Come the
such a
fuck on,
douche.
bro.
Like
Get
he's like
The
58
bandana.
years old. Come on, man.
His choice, like Johnny Depp, is fucking choice.
He can
dude.
be
what
really
was
good
the
in movies,
Black
though.
Mass, dude? Like,
Oh, I forgot
That's
about
one
that.
of the ones I've never seen.
That movie's
actually.
Black
fucking
Mass, dude,
phenomenal.
Plays Whitey
fucking
Bulger,
epic.
right?
Yep,
Some-
yeah, it's super
Yeah.
good.
It's like the even, obviously going back to DiCaprio, the fucking. I think
Departed?
Departed.
Yeah.
It was like.
yeah.
But that's an ensemble cast that just crushes. You got
That's true.
Wahlberg, you got
They're all good.
freaking
That whole
everybody,
movie's
man.
Basically
Unbelievable.
so
based
loaded.
on Whitey Bulger, technically
It
a
is,
different
yeah.
character,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the other one's supposed to
Yeah.
be a little more. And dude, he
Yeah.
is fucking a horrifying human being in that.
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Johnny
yeah.
Depp, dude, it is
Yeah.
great, dude. Do yourself a maybe this is a better whiskey to lemon juice ratio
Yeah,
than
right?
I thought based on that sense. But
We
do
had
yourself a
Alpha
favor.
Brain before this too.
Clearly, that's
Just
right.
crushing those nootropics.
By the way, I feel like an apologies in order to one of our sponsors, Beta Brain here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, I know.
probably
Sorry,
not
Beta
super
Brain.
kosher going to that Alpha Brain.
We
this
did
time,
have to
but-
try Alpha Brain. We heard it's a little better.
What I will say about DiCaprio playing a little different role, did you catch Don't Look Up, the Netflix?
Yeah, that was
No.
great. That
I
went through
love
my
that
head
fi-
too.
yeah.
Is he was a little more like like he put on a little weight,
Yeah, he's
like
like,
he intentionally
okay.
and grew the beard out a little and whatever. Which was like that was the shtick though. Is like they clean him up and make him all handsome. It was a part of the movie.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it was a part of the actual fucking plot of the movie. Was he's
Okay.
this like nerdy fucking. He's actually plays on Michigan State. College
Oh, yeah, I
professor.
forgot about that, yeah.
But and then he like ends up on TV and they like kind of think, they're obviously, oh, this guy's actually kind of handsome if we clean him up and shit. So it's like they play into that. So
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
a choice.
it's a
Like,
great
I
movie though.
fucking
Adam
love that
McKay, it's
flick, dude.
hilarious. Jonah
All right.
Hill, man.
I only have Hulu and Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime because it's free with regular Amazon Prime.
Yeah, sure.
And then Hulu because like I had it exclusively to watch Dope Sick, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then I discontinued it, and a month later they're like, come back, baby, and offered it to me for $1 a month, and I was like, yup,
All right.
I actually just canceled that again to wait for that same, alluring offer to bring it back in. But
Yeah.
I'm super frugal, or also known as like a cheap son of a bitch. So like, yeah.
Broke-ass
And we don't have
motherfucker.
internet at the house either. So like when I stream,
what?
I do it through my phone. Yeah, we live in 1927 out there in
Apparently,
Nunica.
dude.
No
yeah.
option
Yeah.
for this is the one place in America. It's
Yeah.
in the Bermuda Triangle of internet.
Yeah.
There's no available cable out there.
Nope.
Or fucking
Wow.
like what is it? Like some fucked up
Natural gas,
Hughes
like
net
nothing.
shit.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
get Hughes
that
net.
out- It's not that fucking.
It's
like-
not. We're like 2 miles from like Fruitport.
It's not at all. Like I've driven by that old, the old spot, fucking many times recently because I've been when I take my Mustangs, I go by there and shit.
Okay.
And it's like it's not out. It's nothing.
Well,
it's,
the fucked up
like,
thing is, it falls on this line of demarcation
Yup.
where one side is what, like Spring Lake, and then the other side is
cuts your
whatever.
house
The
So yeah, the
Yes,
road's
there's
it's the county dividing line. So our side of the road's Muskegon, the opposite side's
Oh,
Ottawa.
yeah,
Opposite
okay.
side, Jesus. Opposite side is Ottawa. The road signs are different colors. There's always like the last road to get plowed because they just fucking bicker over who's gonna do it. There's no street lights on our
Yeah.
road because it's this weird like
wow.
Twilight Zone area.
That's
And-
wild.
It's the nexus
that
of
is
the
wild.
universe, bro.
Yeah.
yeah. I had to
fucked up.
crank start my car to come here.
and to both crank start your car and kick start your heart.
Exactly.
All right, I've got a random one that's been rolling around in my mind for a while. You open the door with a transcendence comment here, so stick with me for a quick second because it's a little bit of a leap.
All right.
So I'm watching. Have you seen the Clooney version of Solaris?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so I watched it once, and I assume I was real.
Quick aside, the Holloway album Illusions is a lot of it's based on that movie.
Oh no shit.
Who's Holloway?
Okay.
My old band.
I'm just fucking with you, man. I know.
Many years ago. But that's what I was doing. It was a lot of it was kind of based on that movie.
Okay.
And I've watched the original version of Solaris too, which, by the way, Failure, they have a song called Solaris. Their album Fantastic Planet is largely based on the movie Solaris. as
Okay,
well.
I was one because there was also, not to go down this other rabbit hole,
I
but there's
know.
a movie really jumping around.
Rabbit hole,
That
rabbit
alpha
hole.
brain, baby, is kicking in and firing on all cylinders, man. I'm bebopping and scatting all over the place here. But there's another movie called Fantastic Planet, which is an
Yes,
animated
yes.
French film
Correct.
from like 1920 or 30s, and I wondered if that tied into.
Correct. It
which
is.
That
It
was,
is.
Have you
It is.
seen that
I've
by chance?
seen parts of it.
It was
yeah.
fucking
I
awesome.
never watched
man.
all of it, but yeah.
I was like, oh man, I don't know. It's some fucking
No,
old
it's-
school
I love
French.
old weird
It is
animation, dude.
great.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's a choice flick. Anyway,
Yeah.
so back to Solaris. There's the whole thing. It's a Soderbergh flick. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
No.
So it's a futuristic space movie, basically. Clooney's a psychologist. They're having some breakdown up in space, and like you got to go up there and try and sort out what's what. Like they're having problems, people are dying, everybody's fucking losing their head. Basically, it's like the closer to this planet you get, like they're investigating this planet, the closer you get, it starts like resurfacing memories from, your deepest, darkest fears and like dead loved ones and whatnot.
The planet's alive.
Spooky fish.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. And then it like manifests your thoughts, blah, blah, blah. That led me down a rabbit hole thinking about transcendence and like what constitutes a human versus what is not a human. Like at what point does that cease to exist? So when they inevitably get to the point where they can like upload your consciousness transcendence style, do you want to do that and be eternal and whatever that is? Or do you just want to be fucking lights out, you done?
Like, yeah,
Dunzo.
uploading your shit to the hard
Yeah.
drive or the fucking whatever, Oh man, that's a tough one. I could see myself going either way. For one thing, I'm fucking really cool, so like I feel like I like the
Wouldn't want to deprive the world of your greatness.
Right.
Yes. Jesus. No, I don't know. That is a tough one because it is one of those things where like you get older, like when people are old, they're like, you think you want eternal life, and then now you're my age, and you're like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Like I'm done.
But how
So-
much of that is like you got a fucking broke ass back?
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that
yeah.
Right,
great
yeah, if it's
your
just your
body.
conscious, but it
Uh-huh.
depends what state of consciousness. Is it your old, like, dying consciousness where you're, like, losing your shit, or, like, peak of your life, like, early
Yeah,
30s,
yeah.
late 20s consciousness, like,
Yeah.
if you could select, maybe, but still, I don't know.
It's like,
That's
can
a
you
tough
still
call.
get it up or not? Like,
Right, yeah.
The answer's been no for many years.
That's
Oh,
well, you got the
talking
blue,
about me
the blue
again.
goo though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I've been crunching
Going
that
back to
blue
the other
goo.
spots here, going back to the blue goo.
That hard dick fucking Schultz is always doing that fucking
You need that summer dick. Let's go off of that summer dick material.
Have you seen do you guys watch Black Mirror? Because there's a great Black Mirror about that exactly.
About getting a
the
real
show.
hard dick?
Yeah, it's about blue goo.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a lesbian love story. It's pretty great, but it is about that where you can like you die and you can upload yourself to the thing, and then you can kind of like go to like what era you want to be in and shit, and you can kind of bounce back and forth, and like the story is also this like love story between these two people and shit. It's that's pretty much exactly what it is.
It shocks me. You ever fuck one named Black Mirror? I know you don't have Netflix.
I've seen a few episodes of it at friends' houses, and a few were really good. I feel like it's really hit or miss. It's either phenomenal or meh, you know. So, and I haven't watched them all, obviously, so it might be more good than bad. But what I've seen, it's like I'm indifferent on it.
I loved it all except for the newest season, which they only made like they made like 4 or 5 like new ones kind of recently. They were a little maybe weaker. I was actually talking about it today with somebody that it's actually kind of getting. I feel like the guys kind of ran out of ideas.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like the first couple seasons are just fucking like so fucking. There's a couple episodes that like I wanted to throw up at the end. Like they're so heavy and so mind fuck, and you're just like, oh my god,
That's
like,
good.
And it's so spot on though, man.
Yeah.
Like it's like half of that shit's borderline coming true
Yeah.
right now.
Right.
And there were, depending on what you call it, like there were 1 or 2 that were a little softer. Like they're all pretty choice, and I think there are still a couple that I haven't seen. But by and large, man, you should not throw out the baby with the bathwater. Based on
Right,
a couple.
yeah.
It's pretty fucking
great
nice.
show.
I'll have to double back to it because I'm like I said, I'm big into sci-fi. Have either of you?
great
I know
sci-fi.
you haven't. You don't have Amazon Prime, right?
I
Do you,
don't.
Ross?
I do not.
Yeah.
Have you seen Undone with Bob Odenkirk? And it's like in the vein of like Scanner Darkly, where they live film it and then they animate over it.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. Essentially,
I love that,
like
yeah.
long
Scanner
story.
Darkly is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah, that's a great movie. But it's like his daughter gets in a fight with her sister at a wedding, and she's on her way home, and she's crying, bawling in the car. Gets into an accident. Right before she gets into an accident, she sees her dad, played by Bob Odenkirk, and it kind of just goes down this trippy like time travel, alternate reality wormhole, and it just that storyline mashes up so good with that animation style. They just put out the 2nd season. It's fucking phenomenal. Start
Is it
to
the
finish.
guy that made Scanner Darkly and shit?
I couldn't tell you that.
Okay. Yeah. Because that's called rotoscoping. Is what that's called. And it's an old technique, and now they do it digitally. But like back in the day, like the original Tron movie and shit, and they've been doing the original Lord of the Rings fucking animated weird thing, and where they would take literal film, and paint over it.
Yep.
You know, and now they're doing that all digitally.
Okay.
But yeah, that guy. He's he's made a ton of shit. What the fuck is he's the guy that just made fucking The Whale, I think.
Is that
The guy from Texas. Fuck, goddamn, I'm spacing on his fucking name, but he's made a lot of shit anyway. Fucking yeah, those are his movies, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's
Richard
a fucking,
Linklater?
Yes.
Okay.
Linklater. Yeah. He's made a lot of great movies. What's the one? Wow, this is fucking riveting shit here. Me trying to fucking think the alpha brain.
We needed
is not
Jamie,
working.
bro.
I
We
know,
needed
I know.
Jamie.
No
This
shit.
is top priority.
What's the movie with fucking Ben Affleck and they're all teenagers and everybody's fucking and doing drugs and it's the Led Zeppelin fucking song name?
Oh, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
It'd be a lot
McConaughey's-
cooler if
yeah,
you did.
yeah.
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused. That was his first big movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's a Texas movie. It's so like this guy's from Texas. He does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Texas people
Richard
love them
Linklater.
some Texas, man.
They
We gotta
really
check
do.
out.
Yeah,
see
no
what
shit.
Texas is all
I
about.
want to get down there, dude. We need to go to Austin.
We were talking about
immediately.
scouting out our boy McAfee, bro.
I know. We need to get down there, hunting down John
That
McAfee.
got to be done.
Yeah.
Still hasn't hit us up for the
I know.
offer
I
to
know.
come on the podcast.
The offer
surprisingly enough,
remains,
dude.
John McAfee. You got to come on the pod, bro.
All right. Speaking of sci-fi, I've been dying to hear both of these actually. So I know we are both UFO fucking lovers, alien lovers. Like, have been fascinated with that shit forever. I know you've got one story that I haven't heard for many, many years, and then possibly a second news story that you were teasing a couple times ago when I saw you, and I've been dying to fucking hear these bad boys, dude.
All right. Well, so the first one that you've heard before, but it's been a long time, and the crazier of the two. So I was about, God, I'm really terrible with time. This is like a family trait too. My dad used to be like, oh, just the other day, and it could have been like 6 years ago. So I'm going to say roughly 12 years old. I'm having a birthday party out of my house. Again, we live in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's dark always. We're having a fire and we're watching the sky, and there's like satellites moving around, you know? So it's like a light in the sky moving around. We start joking about UFOs and whatever else, and I'm not great with the dark to begin with, so this is like freaking me out a little bit. I know it's satellites or whatever, but long story short, we're hanging out. All of a sudden, we see like a red light, and we're like, well, that's not a fucking satellite. And, you know, planes red, green, like, you know, there's other things in the sky that have red lights, but this is just a little bit different. And so it's way off in the distance, and it's kind of moving around in an awkward fashion, and I start getting creeped out because I'm a little bitch, as I just stated. So I go in the basement. We have a walkout basement, 2-story, like ranch-style house, I think is what they call that, but we have a walkout basement, and so I go in the basement, and there's like 1 or 2 other people in there. There was like a total of 5 of us total with me and my friends there that day. And I'm sitting there watching TV. One of my buddies comes running through the basement door. He's like, that thing that was out there is over your house. And I'm like, ooh, what the fuck are you talking about, man? He was like, it's over your house. And I was like, quit being stupid. And like, I'm not focusing. Like, the TV is on the wall, and then we have like large picture windows in the basement. So finally I turn around to like acknowledge his fuckery, and I look, and there's like the classic beam of white light in my backyard. And so immediately, just out of like weird instinct, we all run outside, and like we have like, again, it's a walkout, and then there's a deck, and like we clear the deck, and I look up, and what was off in the distance is now like low enough over my backyard between the house and the pond where I could throw a baseball and hit it. Ooh. And it is a triangle with white lights on the corner, and what I assume was the red light is now white in the middle as well. So it's each corner is lit up, and then the center is lit up, but with like a beam. And it's just hovering there. There's no noise discernible, maybe like a light whooshing, like super stereotypical, like what you hear about when you hear about UFOs,
the
you know?
Classic triangle shape.
Exactly, yeah. And it's just like hovering there, and I'm just like deadlocked and like fucking freaked out. Like, no, you can't do anything. What do you do other than just freeze?
Soak it in, baby.
Exactly. So it's sitting there, and it sits there for, I'd say 20, 25 seconds, and then slowly starts making its way toward the woods. So we have a pretty large backyard, maybe an acre or something. So it makes its way over the pond, starts to go over, it hits the wood line, and my friend's chasing it. And like, I'm screaming like, what the fuck are you doing? Like yelling at him like, stop, dude. And it hits the wood line, and it finally catches him like in his brain, like what he's doing, and turns around and runs back. So I run upstairs and wake up my mom. She has a bad back, so she sleeps in a recliner in the living room. And I was like, wake up, I just saw a UFO. And she's like, go to bed. And I'm like, I'm not fucking around. She's like, go to bed, quit messing around. My old man's still alive at the time. I run into the bedroom, try and wake him up. Same response, no bullshit. My old man, you know how he was. Just, quit fucking around, go to bed. So that basically is the end of that. I ended up sleeping in my bedroom with the lights on, like holding my shotgun all night. I was so freaked out. And yeah, man, that one was, I will never forget it. I'm 35 years old to this day. I still do not like going outside at night where I live because it's so dark.
They're trying to scan that superior shave brain.
Yeah,
power,
right?
bro.
Just get that sweet shave DNA.
You gotta have it, man.
Was this pre-cell phone era then?
Yes, this was, well, God, I'm 35 and I was about 12, so it was a minute ago.
Yeah.
And
it'd been right when fucking smartphones were kind of
probably
you
probably
wouldn't have
not
had
even
a
smart.
cell.
Oh no,
Like,
no,
yeah.
I didn't have a cell phone until I graduated high school.
Yeah,
I was cheap again. Wasn't gonna pay for it. Right. Parents wouldn't pay for it. Yeah,
that's wild though, man. That's crazy.
It's weird. It's one of those ones where I don't talk about it a ton because like I get a lot of weird looks, but I've gotten to the point in my life where I just don't. Now. Yeah, I just don't give a fuck. Because I saw what I saw. I'm not the type of person to lay bullshit out there.
I feel like everybody now is fucking into UFOs and shit.
Yeah,
though,
and
so
it's way more acceptable now. But like for a long time, I didn't talk about it with people outside of my family. And even then, like my parents would give me like weird looks when I talk about it.
I hope you're comfortable with it being out there in the ether with
hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for
so
sure.
You're out there now, bro. So what's the status on the second story?
So the second story happened when I was adult. I want to say about roughly, I would say 7 or 8 years ago. It was me and a good friend of mine. We were out fishing at Indian Channel. I don't know if you guys know that. It's on the Grand River. There's a boat launch and then like a little trail through the woods that goes further down the channel to like a couple little beaches where you can have fires and catfish. And we used to catfish at night all the time and just sit around, drink beers or whatever. And we're out there all night. It's me, him, and his fiance. She's passed out on a blanket behind us. We've been drinking all night, fishing, and you can see over Lake Michigan, you know, down the river basically. And out over Lake Michigan, there's like a white strobe. And like, again, I'm like, what the fuck? This is weird, you know? And it's kind of just hanging out there.
Are you sure, first of all, this wasn't just the Pink Floyd laser light show that they do above the Sneaking Lake?
It could be. So as we're sitting there, I pointed out to him and we're like, well, this is odd, you know? And like, we're drinking or whatever. So we don't think a ton of it until it starts moving at like an absurd pace. And what it's doing, it was out over... I say Lake Michigan, it was west of where we were. You know, you could see it. And then it starts moving east, like towards, you know, Grand Rapids or whatever you want to say. It just moves so damn fast. I mean, it was over, what I would say, over Lake Michigan to out of sight to the east in roughly 4 to 6 seconds. It was just like, you know, it was a strobe. It was like a slow, like got brighter and then dimmer. And it moved. It was like, whoom, 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 gone out of sight to the east.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was wild. And then later on that day, I did some research, and I guess the power plant south of Grand Haven, there's been a ton of UFO sightings out that way as well. Yeah. And that's kind of the general area where we saw it. So.
Well, you were talking about that one, the Unsolved Mysteries thing.
Yeah, I heard
like
about that.
The big
Haven,
thing,
right?
it was like 94, and that would have been literally right that area, like exactly that area. Yeah.
So another weird thing, my friend that I saw that second UFO with, his fiance grew up about a block away from our parents' house on East Honolulu Road out in Nunica there. I guess technically that's probably Fruitport over that way. But anyway, and one day they came over, like we were at his parents' house hanging out, and we were in the basement chatting, and we had just finished up talking about UFOs, and we hear the front door open, and she was with a different guy at the time, like one of his buddies, and they had come over and came downstairs, and we were laughing and talking, and they're like, well, what are you guys talking about? And I was like, UFOs. And his fiance told almost identical story to my first one. It was like a triangle with white lights on the corners. It was off in the distance. And then it came up really fast, and then within a period of 30 seconds, it was gone.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's like a block from our house. And, you know, I don't know necessarily. I think there probably is alien life out there, whether or not it visits Earth. Completely different story. UFOs 100% are real. The government's admitted it. You know, whether it's alien life, government, whatever, like that's a perfect place to test a government vehicle you don't want to know about is bumfuck Nunica, Michigan. Like, who is going to believe some hick from the middle of nowhere? So, yeah, it is what it is.
Either there, Grand Haven, you know, you grab a Snug Harbor, one of those fucking Prano pups.
Yeah, those
over
fucking
there,
$13 corn dogs.
Right.
Pups? What are the
Prano pups?
Yeah.
People rave about them. Stand in line for like hours for a fucking corn dog.
It's a deep fried corn dog for a super big price tag.
Yeah,
that's wild though that you saw that shit, man.
Yeah,
I've wanted, you know, it's one of those things that they say that if you want to see something, you never will.
Right.
You know, it's like a thing in ufology and Bigfootery and whatever. That if you want to see something, you won't. But it's only the people who don't believe in it and you know like that see shit. So.
Right. Yeah. And I was not necessarily a skeptic when I was younger. I've always been freaked out by the idea of UFOs. Like alien movies when I was a kid used to freak me out. The first time I saw Signs, that came out when I was pretty young. That scared the shit out of me.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
A couple scenes in there.
When the hand comes out,
yeah.
you see it like just walk across
the
the
one.
cornfield.
It's that news clip that they show where you see the thing for the
Just a
first time in the
flash.
bush or whatever. Like,
oh,
fucking
goddamn, man.
yeah.
Those old Shyamalan movies.
Yeah, those are
back
great
in the
flicks.
Day, dude.
And then, so like after all this had went down, Dark Skies came out, and that movie fucked with me for weeks after I saw it because it was like flashback status.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's like Signs on steroids.
Yeah, watch some Dark Skies.
Mine was it was called Fire in the Sky. It's the Travis Walton story.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That fucking gave me legit nightmares because when that came out, I we would have been 12 or so, or younger maybe.
Probably. I think that's like an early
90s,
90s, late 80s
I
movie.
think it was 80s.
Yeah, I saw it on like the Sci-Fi Channel, and there's a scene where they fucking put the thing through his eye, and that didn't happen to him. That was just in the movie. They wrote a bunch of new shit, but that fucking shit freaked me the fuck out, dude. I spent many fucking nights awake in bed, laying there, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then the fucking Muskegon airport's right by where I grew up.
Yep.
And so like shit was like flying over, you know, and I'm like freaking myself out and shit. Yeah. The Travis Walton story is one of the best fucking stories there is.
Yeah.
As far as like,
He did Rogan, didn't he?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
he's
Did
done
he
a
really?
bunch.
I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever heard
it's an
that
older one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not that old. It's probably only a couple years old.
Old
I think.
studio.
Yeah.
So not crazy old, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a wild fucking story. He's an interesting guy. That's another one that's difficult to poke holes in his telling of the story.
Right.
And they're going to make it again. I think he was actually talking about it like he's been trying to find like the right people to make it, to do the movie again, but do it like more real to
Okay.
because they basically took it and they added a bunch of shit like that. Like the actual like abduction scenario was like completely made up in the movie Fire in the Sky.
Okay.
Like the rest of it was kind of spot on, of the story of he's like out there logging and he gets taken and yada yada and how he comes back and shit, but like the whole abduction scenario was just like completely made up.
You got to take some liberties when you're making a movie. You know, you want to make money too, along with telling a story.
Yeah. I guess, and I mean that's what they did, but like, and it's fucking freaked me out. It's like,
yeah.
I shouldn't have been watching that, I guess. So.
Yeah, that's one I saw when I was really young as well, and yeah, that didn't sit well with me.
yeah, it's a good movie though. I'd like to watch it again. I don't think I ever watched it again because
I've seen it probably about 10 or 12 years ago. I rewatched it.
So what do you think of fucking Bigfoot? Is that, you think that's real?
No.
Yeah.
I hate to shit on your buddy that's been on here multiple
I was
times.
gonna say Lentz
we
is throwing
we shit on him like crazy. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's highly unlikely that something like that would have survived this long without some solid evidence.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like
it's a tough one. It's a tough
I'd
one.
love to think it's real because, like, obviously there was creatures that lived like that, you know, on this earth at one point in time. I just don't think it's feasible. I think deep ocean, there's probably a bunch of weird shit that's still alive that we think is gone or might not even know about because they find new species all the time in the ocean.
Nessie, baby.
Yeah, but like
out,
on Earth, I don't know. It's tough for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of credible sightings, but there really is no evidence. That's why, like, I get when you go deep into the fucking like, is Bigfoot part of ufology, and why are there all these weird UFO sightings when there's Bigfoot sightings at the same time?
Right.
And like the Skinwalker Ranch shit, it's all like those things combined, and like there's a lot of bizarreness of fucking like seeing Bigfoot's, these kind of creatures that we just call Bigfoot, you know, where they're, like going in and out of fucking portals and shit.
Okay.
And, like, so it's this like extra dimensional shit. And
Yeah.
Like, and then that divides, you know, it's fucking nerd on nerd fucking going, no, it's fucking a real creature, versus, you know, the other fucking set of nerds going, no, it's a fucking extra dimensional.
A nerd
you know?
house divided against itself cannot stand.
Yeah. I've heard the extra dimensional, or that like they're like scouts for the Greys, and they might be like actual creatures, and they might be like avatars almost that they use and stuff.
Yeah, there's stories about fucking like people having these like UFO encounters where they like encounter these alien beings that we would think of as the Greys or something similar to that, and then they literally show them like Bigfoot-like creatures and show them how they control them.
Okay.
And shit. So like,
I've never heard that.
I haven't heard that. That's wild.
There's all kinds of fucking weird shit like this.
Damn,
and like
dude.
how much credibility you can put into any of it, but these stories are out there, and like, so yeah, they'll show like that they can control these huge creatures, and then it's like, are they fucking animatronic? Are they fucking, you know, flesh and blood, and there's some kind of slave race to these other fucking
James Cameron out there having a laugh. And everybody going,
yeah, indeed.
Got to do some squatching. At the end of the day, we got to put this fucking myth to rest. We got to go out there, find out for himself, do some squatch, and we go set up shop behind mom's house.
Is there supposedly like a decent population of squatches in Michigan? That's usually like a Pacific Northwest was like the hotbed for that, right? Like mountainous regions or like large forests.
Sightings of this shit in literally every single state. But the I mean, the Pacific Northwest is the big area.
Yep.
There's the eastern stuff. There's the skunk apes. There's the fucking, in Michigan, it's the fucking The big one in Michigan and Wisconsin is the Michigan Dogman.
Oh yeah, the Dogman.
You gotta get on the Dogman, dude.
Dogman's where it's at, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That's some wild shit. I mean, that's like I've read those books. I forget her name off the top of my head that wrote those books about collected all the sightings of the Michigan Dogman, and it's wild, man. You know, like, and this was most of those were I think in like the late '90s and early 2000s and shit. These fucking weird ass sightings of this fucking quasi werewolf esque creature fucking roaming around out there in the middle of nowhere.
It's
And I mean,
Michael J. Fox-esque teen wolf creature.
Just slam dunking the shit out of basketballs.
But it's even like when we go up to the cabin and shit like at night, it's like, fuck, man, like it is even out here. It's like it's not that far from civilization, but it's like, man, like these roads are fucking like it's nothing here, you know? Like, so,
like when you get in the UP, it gets really remote. You can drive for a long time without passing a driveway up that way.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's feasible. I don't know. I think personally, I have a hard time believing.
I think you're probably right. If it's some sort of flesh and blood creature,
right?
Then like it's a tough one to say. Like we haven't found any kind of body or hair.
Right.
And I mean, they got the fucking hair samples that they don't know what it is. They got the fucking footprint casts. You know, there's some video evidence that is interesting at least. You know, like the classic Patterson Gimlin, is it Gimlin or Gimlet or whatever his fucking name? That shit's pretty much debunked. You know? But I don't know. It's definitely interesting. But my favorite's just the fucking hunt for the Skinwalker shit, which is like a lot of that weird fucking extra dimensional, these fucking 400-pound ape creatures coming through portals and shit, dude. That shit will freak you out, man.
Yeah, I haven't looked into that. I've heard you talk about it on the podcast a few times.
Soak that shit in, dude. I think it's on. That's on Amazon. You can watch the documentary movie. About it.
And then there's books as well, right?
Yeah, it's all based on the original book. It's just right there behind you somewhere. That they made. This guy, that Corbell dude who does all the fucking shit with George Knapp, and George Knapp was co-author of this book.
Okay.
And so, like, but the book's phenomenal. I don't know. Do you do audiobooks at all?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Check out the audiobook, man. It's fucking great, dude. It's literally one of the scariest, creepiest beds. It's just one of my favorite books because it's just the right amount of real and creepy and all combined together.
Okay.
It's expertly written, so it's very entertaining.
Right.
You know, like the stories are there combined with, fucking love that shit,
like, man. I don't know if it's technically supernatural, but any shit where you start to get into the extra dimensional type stuff, that's fucking right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I love that shit so much.
Oh, it's definitely supernatural. That's 100%. The new Porcupine Tree record, there's a song about Hunt for the Skinwalker.
Okay.
On the new Porcupine Tree record.
It's a huge
really nerding out there, but yes.
Yeah, I've never got. I don't know if I've even heard. I think I've heard them, but I don't know.
Oh, you don't know the tree, dude? I thought you were all gonna be up on that, dude.
No, I don't know. My music tastes change a lot too. Like I used to be really into like just like the craziest metal that you can listen to, and now I haven't touched that stuff in forever because it's so just generic and watered down, and everybody sounds the same. I've been listening to mostly hip hop lately, personally.
Right. Still just ICP 24/7.
Yeah, you know it, man. Down with the clown.
I saw today a picture of some fucking hot air balloons that were the fucking Shaggy and
oh God,
Jesus Christ!
I was like,
dude.
It's uncalled for.
Far more terrifying than any UFO
no
you could ever
shit.
expect to see.
Imagine seeing that coming
Shaggy
over,
and
coming
Violent
over your house,
J,
dude.
That's
Hot
so
air balloons.
I would pay top dollar to rent a fucking
I know,
ICP tandem balloon UFO, and just phase people across the greater West Michigan area.
People like always like propose in them and shit. You know, like yeah, we booked a hot air balloon. I'm gonna propose to my girlfriend. This week, you know, you show up and the guy blows it up and it's a giant Shaggy two-door.
Yeah, you got a fucking member of the Juggalo Army man in the thing. It's like
painted up. You know,
it's over. We're done.
And now the traditional moon mist toast.
Yeah, dude. You know, guys, do you ever feel like you just can't? I can't even do it anymore. It's so dumb.
No way, dude. It's a gold intro, and you know it. It'll be funny again. It's funny, you know it's funny.
Speaking of beating the dead horse, do you ever feel as though you're just not informed?
You know, it's pretty tough to keep up on the happenings of current events, what with the hustle and bustle of life and whatnot.
There's just so much to try to keep up on nowadays. I find that there's just not a trusted news source.
Right. Well, maybe we can do a little something to help the people out with that here. What do you think?
I think so, yeah.
The Dangerville podcast presents News of the World.
Yeah. I'm going to continue to allow it, bro.
I can hold it together and even do it.
All right, am I kicking off? You kicking off? What's the game plan?
Go ahead.
All right. So, bird flu scare prompts slaughter of 1.8 million chickens in Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
Nearly 2 million chickens were put down for safety reasons after bird flu was found to be present at a Nebraska farm. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's a sad situation indeed. The nation hasn't seen that many lifeless cocks since the Sarah Jessica Parker debut on OnlyFans. Yeah. Pretty good. So bad.
Jessica Parker.
I was banging on that Sarah Jessica Parker material.
She looks like a foot. That's what I always think of as fucking that Family Guy shit.
I was gonna fucking actually work that in, dude.
My shit just fucking went on sleep mode here. I gotta fucking...
Much like the cocks looking at the debut of Sarah Jessica Parker on OnlyFans.
All right, do you hear about this shit? You hear about Putin fell down the stairs and soiled himself? Have you heard about this?
I did not.
See this? You hear about this? Vladimir Putin is reported to have slipped and tumbled down several stairs at his official residence, soiling himself in the process. The Russian president, age 70, was supposedly helped to a sofa by his bodyguards as his personal doctors rushed to assist him. In an official statement, a spokesman for Putin said that the president is in good health. He had just tried Taco Bell for the first time.
Yes.
The sofa was then thrown into the gulag to force his silence.
That's good material. I love it. Well played, sir.
Thank you.
All right. So keeping with the political theme here, Trump takes heat for having dinner with a white nationalist and rapper Kanye West. Did you see this? Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
So in a statement from the White House, spokesperson Andrew Bates said bigotry, hate, and anti-Semitism have absolutely no place in America, which is why they decided to hit up Ye's beach house in the Caribbean and make a weekend out of it.
Yes. Well done. Maybe I should just skip right on to mine about Alex Jones and Kanye here. And then
They keep this theme rolling. This is working out quite nicely.
Did you guys hear this actually came out today? Expectedly, Alex Jones has filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, no.
So you guys know that, you know, he did all that shit where he said it was crisis actors for the fucking the shooting or whatever there, and he owes $1.4 billion in lawsuit settlements, causing him to now file for personal bankruptcy. Jones went on air today saying, you know, I'll be fine. I'm sure my newly forged friendship with Kanye West will no doubt get me back on track. And that leads us to Kanye West's unhinged anti-Semitic InfoWars interview. Did you guys see this
Whoa,
shit?
no.
This like happened yesterday or something, dude.
Whoa.
Before I even do fucking anything about it, he fucking goes up. You gotta look this shit up, dude. He does the whole interview in a mask, and he's got a fish net, or like it's like a minnow net and a bottle of Yahoo soda. Like, do you remember Yahoo? The drink?
Yoo-hoo?
Yoo-hoo.
It's like chocolate water?
Yes,
Yeah, okay,
yes,
okay.
Okay. And he's doing a bit about Benjamin Netanyahu.
What?
And he's got a net and a bottle.
Jesus.
He's going full Carrot Top with it, bro.
Yeah. So, all right. So what do we got here? And so he goes on InfoWars, yada, 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 wearing a heavy coat and a black ski mask that obscured his face the entire interview. The interview lasted for 3 hours and included West making fawning remarks about Adolf Hitler. Seriously.
Whoa.
Yep. Hitler's ghost then made an appearance, slapped West across the face, and said, "Keep my name out your mouth."
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, guys, seriously, I can't believe I haven't heard about it. It is out of goddamn control. Even fucking when Alex Jones is being like, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's something crazy.
When old
dude.
AJ's like, whoa, let's pump the brakes.
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
gentlemen. Let's,
He's stepping away. He's like, he's going, this is really lit in here. We got Ye in here. I can't agree with everything he's saying right now. It's like
when Alex Jones is keeping his distance, that's
yep.
probably not a great sign, dude.
It's fucking out of control.
All right, so a quick one, and want to be ultra clear, not making a joke about this, happened to see it in the news, not pulling this in for comic effect, but a couple of weeks back, a KFC in Germany had this thing go out where it was like an automated text message or something to users urging them to buy chicken to celebrate the holiday. The holiday was Kristallnacht. At the time, like one of the most tragic events of the Holocaust, like really bad. They blamed the whole thing on like, hey, we've got this AI deal. It scans calendars for historical days of significance. Kind of played it off on that.
Holy shit!
Seems
dude,
a little sketchy.
Yeah, that's rough.
KFC, I assume, is yearning for the days, and the only thing they had to apologize for was the KFC bowl after that. Like, super fucked up. But
was Kanye in the commercial? No doubt.
Yeah,
dude.
Kanye, new head of communications, Kanye West for German KFC. But
hey, so that's the only thing he's got going for him now. It's dropped everywhere else.
Needs work. Kanye needs work.
All right, did you hear about this shit? A TikTok star hit a golf ball into the Grand Canyon and is now facing legal action.
What?
Yep. 20-year-old TikTok influencer Katie Sigmans hit a golf ball and subsequently threw her golf club shaft into the Grand Canyon and is now facing all kinds of legal troubles. In her defense, Sigmans said that she was simply trying to illustrate what it must be like having sex with Kim Kardashian.
Oh!
That's gold, Jerry. Gold!
I'm going to allow that.
Yeah, it's super fucking illegal, though, to be doing that shit. And there's all kinds of like fucking wildlife and DNR or whatever it is. Fucking, Yeah, they don't want you fucking hitting golf balls in the Grand Canyon.
Why did she throw her club down there? Did she shank the shot? Or like,
yeah, I don't know. It almost looked like maybe it broke and fucking flew off or something.
That's bad news
it went out
bears.
to like 20 million people and now she's in all kinds of shit
Dude.
about it.
That's unfortunate. All right. So a white deer was caught on camera in New York. Wildlife officials in West Seneca, New York, caught a picture of what appeared to be a rare leucistic white deer. They couldn't be certain the deer was white since the first photo was largely blocked by branches, but were able to confirm after later spotting the deer crushing a bush light while donning a NASCAR hat and listening to Leonard Skinner's Freebird. Not my finest work, but
That was good. I like it.
Little lacking on news this week. So a quick alternate submission here. The photo was a little blurry, so they couldn't be certain the deer was white at first, though they felt confident in their assertion after they later noticed it trying to be just a little more hip than usual when its darker furred friends came around to hang out.
That's good too. Nice. All right. Will Smith has made his first red carpet appearance since the Oscars at the Emancipation premiere, his new movie. You seen this? Will stepped out on the red carpet surrounded by his family. Jada, of course, stepped out with her many boyfriends. Upon hearing that Will Smith was back out on the town, Chris Rock was found cowering in fear under his bed.
I was watching something. I think I was watching some YouTube clip, and I had it on mute, and then that came up. Is it supposed to be choice? Like, are people liking it, or what's
the movie?
Yeah.
So he was the movie was done before this shit, and it was like his big. This was also his big fucking Oscar chase, even though he won for the other one. And he was all like saying like I've been offered all kinds of slave roles through the years or whatever, and like this one finally fucking he's like I always avoided it because I feel like it puts shines a light on a period I don't want to fucking fuck with or whatever. But like he's like I finally did this one, but it's definitely was like it's very much like an Oscar. And then it was set to release. It was supposed to be like coming out right after this, and but they
that
held
Oscar
it back.
wave. Yeah.
and
Oh,
so-
that's bad timing, dude, because that would have been fucking huge
Yeah,
coming right off the Oscar
indeed.
window. That fucker would
Indeed.
have crushed. It's an Apple movie, too, right? Did I see that?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
I don't
sure.
know,
Okay.
yeah.
One of the funniest jokes I ever heard, I remember it to this day, and you know how shitty my memory is. An old school episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air back in the day. Will Smith goes, "I'm so pro-black, I won't even pick the cotton out of a bottle of aspirin."
Oh, I remember that.
That's
Yeah,
such a good line.
That's
Oh,
solid.
shit was
Yeah.
killing me, man. All right. So Whole Foods decides to stop selling lobster.
Oh.
The decision was made because of the danger to the rare North Atlantic whale, as entanglement in the nets used by fishermen to catch the lobsters is one of the biggest threats to the whale. A spokesperson for Whole Foods said, "We could no longer continue selling lobster in good conscience after our primary supplier reported that Brendan Fraser had been ensnared for the third time this week alone."
I could smell that Fraser material coming.
I thought that was where this was gonna go to, dude.
I was going to preface it with there's only one direction this is going. You know exactly where it's at. You know where the wheelhouse is at, baby.
Indeed. Let me see what I got here. Oh, okay, here we go. San Francisco will allow police to deploy robots that kill.
Whoa.
This just dropped today, too, for real. This is real. This is some serious Black Mirror shit, but this is the headline. Supervisors in San Francisco voted Tuesday to give city police the ability to use potentially lethal remote control robots in emergency situations, following an emotionally charged debate that lasted months. The often heated debate was really just about how closely they should base them on RoboCop. Or should it be more of a Terminator kind of thing, with a third faction contending something more akin to the Matrix? And I think fucking isn't RoboCop in San Francisco, or is it in LA maybe?
I think
But-
RoboCop is Detroit.
Is it?
I think so. I'm not 100%. Don't quote me.
You're right.
You are
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah.
Because they
You're
were
right.
talking. There was a big
Yep.
thing about putting. You know how Rocky's got the statue in
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
a RoboCop statue.
They were going to do that in
Oh,
Detroit.
fuck, that would be
That's
so
gotta
huge.
happen.
It's the
Yeah.
Joe Louis fist and the RoboCop,
RoboCop
statue,
statue. Oh my
baby.
God,
Those are
dude.
Detroit's claims to fame.
Real quick before we go on, have you guys caught any of that Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix?
No, I added this to
Del
my queue, the
Toro
Del
thing.
Toro thing. Right?
The RoboCop guy stars in one of them. It's like the last one. He's like 75 or something now. And he's
Yeah.
great. Dude. It's fucking
That's
fantastic.
shows. Is it good?
It's good show.
Okay,
it's
I'm
worth
pretty
watching.
pumped.
Yeah.
I love me some gear.
It's it's all H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah,
You know. So yeah.
So I saw a thing. This had to have been in the realm of like 12, 14 years ago on the History Channel about all of these fucked up like futuristic things that sound like sci-fi, but they're working on. One of which was the fucking killer robot to deploy into
Yeah.
war situations
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
apparently they have, sensors that read eye dilation and, can glean intent of
Jesus.
people. And if you've, got a certain look in your eye, or if you're high on mushrooms and your fucking pupils are too big, you get blown or fucking
Yeah.
brains. That shit's out of control,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of margin for error. I've seen the
That's that episode
Animatrix
of
enough
Black Mirror.
times to know that
Yeah.
that doesn't end well
It's
for
just
us.
a bad
generally.
idea.
Yeah, dude, not good.
Yep.
All right. Oh man, this one's so bad. It's so bad.
Those are the best ones. Come on now.
All right. So monkeys in central Thailand mark their day with feast. On last Sunday, the city of Lumpuri held its annual Monkey Feast festival in central Thailand, where hundreds of monkeys are able to feed on food prepared for them and eat it in a park. So basically, chefs cook all this shit up. Ironically, they served it on statues of monkey waiters holding the food for them.
Wow.
But people just watch fucking them feast, yeah.
Okay.
So one of the older tourists mentioned that she hasn't been that excited to see monkeys feasting since witnessing Davy Jones devour an entire 18-inch pizza by himself backstage after a show in 1968.
Oh man, that one took me a
Oh,
minute
yeah,
to even
yeah.
fucking.
Yeah. I didn't think
That was completely necessary.
That's actually really good.
That one was mostly for me, but I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
nobody's catching a word of this
It's-
right
the
now,
problem
bro.
is with Davy Jones having the same name as the fucking like Davy Jones locker like nautical You know what I'm talking about?
Isn't that like a Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes, that's what that's based on. You've never heard Davy Jones' Locker? That term?
Oh, yeah. I had like some.
For some reason, when you said that, that's where my mind went.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna opt for the other.
Yeah,
I can't even
Mike,
remember his name. The other guy from
yeah.
the Monkeys, but
The other three guys that
it had to be done. I was laughing my ass
Ringo
off.
Starr.
I was like, "Fuck these guys." Shut down regardless.
Yeah, because Davey was the singer and drummer, I think, and then Mike or whatever was the guitarist. Yeah.
How do you sing and drum? That always baffles my mind. I know that was the whole thing. They fucking had other people play the shit, and
like when they went out and played live, like he was just like the lead singer.
Yeah,
like,
but there are people that I don't even know how you sing backup vocals while drumming.
Yeah.
Like your brain's going in enough different directions trying to fucking unwire all the shit that's naturally wired. It blows my mind. Anyway,
do you got more? Because I got one more.
I hit it up, man.
Okay, you ready for this one?
Let's do it.
All right,
let's do it.
This is my fucking crowning.
This is the
achievement
closer.
here.
This is the closer right here.
I do kind of want to close with this. All right, a Filipino man claims to be Johnny Depp's. Oh, when you were talking about it, I was like, oh yeah. He claims to be Johnny Depp's long lost son and shows DNA test results. In a now viral TikTok video, a man from the Philippines shares photographic and DNA evidence to prove he's Johnny Depp's unknown son.
Wow.
Okay? The man, who is simply known as James, starts the video, which he captioned, "Why I think Johnny Depp might be my biological father," by confidently saying that the actor was in the Philippines in 1986 filming a movie, which he was, and there was a photo of a young woman sitting behind him on set who he believes to be his biological mother. Okay? Johnny Depp has issued a statement saying it simply cannot be true, citing the lack of scissor hands. In other news, James is now rumored to be dating Amber Heard. It's fucking terrible.
So to be clear, you were so excited for that one. I didn't want to say
scissor hands, dude. It took me a while. I marinated on that forever. Couldn't come up with a joke, and finally the scissor hands.
So to be clear, this poor fucker knows neither his biological mother nor father.
I guess.
So how is he piecing these puzzle pieces together?
Know,
like,
man.
this chick who might be my mother was behind this guy who might be my father.
There was a lot more to the story. I read the first two paragraphs. You know what I mean? What I read to you was what I read, and I ended it there. So.
All right. So there was one more joke that I had written for the week, but it simply wasn't up to par, and I had to cut it from the list, gentlemen. Here on the Dangerville podcast, we have exacting standards and a punishingly high bar for what makes the cut in our News of the World segment each week. Much like a fine scotch, they're carefully curated, masterfully crafted, never compromising. This joke simply didn't meet those standards. It was derivative, it was contrived, it was played out, and for those reasons, I couldn't allow it to make the cut. And that joke was this. Santa's in high demand. Because of lessening COVID restrictions and department stores being back in full swing, Santa booking company HiringSanta.com has logged a 30% increase in demand for Santas this Christmas season.
Uh-huh.
The good news is that there have been thousands of resumes submitted to fill the vacant positions. The bad news is that 90% of them were from a hopeful applicant, R. Kelly, who noted in his cover letter, "You're saying I'm encouraged to have little girls sit on my lap and ask them if they've been naughty? I'm in."
Wow.
And ladies and gentlemen, this has been...
The Dangerville Podcast presents News of the World.
You're really laying down that psych out, dude. Y'all can see how proud of himself he is.
I was like legitimately debating because it's mostly for me. It's kind of it's the Conan shtick of like, let's keep beating the dead horse. And I was like, no, maybe I can't. And then I'm just gonna work in this whole terrible preamble.
Yeah,
I loved it.
That was
hilarious.
No, that was great. That was good shit.
Speaking of hilarious comedy, if I do say so myself, I finally watched fucking last night Ari Shaffir, Jew.
Yeah.
The new special.
Loved it.
Oh my god, dude.
Thought it was brilliant.
It's
Legit
so fucking
brilliant.
funny.
Yeah.
I had watched the double doozy fucking R. Kelly not
Wow.
really being that dead horse, bro. Yeah, but watch like the double feature with the the whatever it was called to him, but Jesus Christ, man, that Jew special was hilarious. And I thought it was gonna be a Jew joke here or there. The entire thing
he goes
was
deep
about
on,
it was like an hour and 15 minutes about the Jewish religion. It was fucking hilarious.
The what?
Man.
The Jewish religion?
Jewish, I said. I hope.
I don't know. I heard
It came out a little weird.
the Jewish. Jewish.
In fairness, I'm a few whiskey sours deep at this point.
No, it was fucking outstanding though. It was fucking great.
Yeah,
So he
it's
dropped that on YouTube, right, for free?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the new move.
Nobody to
Schultz
censor
did
it.
that,
Nobody
yeah.
to cut
Yeah.
what you don't want cut.
Which makes sense. I mean, if you feel confident in it, like, why take a lesser cut from Netflix or
Yeah.
whatever, buddy, if you're going to fucking...
When you're on
kill
fucking
it,
Rogan all the goddamn time.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
fucking huge.
You get enough views, you make money off advertising, and I gotta imagine those guys make a decent amount of money off touring. So
Well, that's their thing. I listen... Do you do any... We Might Be Drunk? It's with Mark Norman, Sam
No.
Moore. Okay.
no, I've
So
heard you
that's
talk
one of my
about it, though.
favorite podcasts. It's really funny. That's what they're always saying. It's like that shit is for like specials, all that shit. It's to get people there. But I'm wondering how much, like, if you get that many millions of
You're
views, like,
definitely getting
the
paid.
ad
on
Yeah,
revenues
yeah,
gotta
dude.
be like,
100%, dude.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's all about putting asses in seats at your shows, but like when you get to that fucking point, dude, like when you get to our level, on Dangerville, it's
Right,
fucking
right.
you're just pulling in cash. Dude,
Yeah,
you know?
to be clear. So I did see this thing. I'm getting down with like fucking YouTube. I've never been a YouTube guy. You
Oh,
know,
it's
you always hear about
amazing.
people getting down these rabbit holes. I'm like, I'm not fucking around with that. But I started watching all these stand-up specials to that point. One more. And I caught this thing called Brain Man, the boy with the incredible brain. It's this whole document. Which the name in and of itself, like, can we tighten that up a little bit? Going right
No way,
from
that name
Brain
crushes.
Man to, fucking the boy with the incredible brain. Like,
Bubble boy.
let's figure out which direction we're It's Moops. It says Moops. It's Moore's, you idiot.
God damn it. All right.
But a lot of dead air here in that thing. All right. So it's about this kid, right? He has a seizure at age 4 and basically like has this incredible brain because of that. Like seemingly a normal kid before that has a fucking seizure. Some shit goes haywire in his brain. And then he becomes like a super genius, right?
This is real.
This is a real
Okay,
thing. This
okay.
is no more terrible material. This is a real thing. So he could do like 4x4, like 1,000 number multiplication,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
2,000
Savant
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Just do that shit instantly. He could do long division out to thousands of decimal places, right?
Jesus.
But the thing is, he said he doesn't actually do the calculations. So he just sees the numbers. Like by proxy of the seizure, he basically got synesthesia and started seeing numbers as like objects and people and landscapes and shit, right?
Whoa.
So he developed that because of the seizure. He like sees it going like all these things are individual up to the number 10,000, right? So number 967 looks like a tree with a valley and whatever the fuck, and like that's how his brain
fuck?
works. So when he's thinking about numbers like that, like he sees the first number he's multiplying or whatever as one thing, one landscape as a certain shape. The second number he's multiplying as another shape, and the area in between becomes a third landscape, which then like reveals itself to him as the fucking number, dude.
What the fuck,
Yeah.
man?
So when he sees numbers like pi, it's just this enormous fucking landscape. So one of the things he did, he reported or like recited pi out to more than
Yeah.
22,000 decimal places.
Holy
No
shit.
way.
Yep, and it was all live filmed, and it was all this shit. It's fucking out of control. So they were showing this other thing, and like they started to talk to a couple other kids. There was this one dude that grew up in the inner city. He took a baseball to the side of his head, and he's now an adult
Yeah.
and can remember every day every calendar day, like it was on, this day was on a Wednesday, the weather for every day.
And his name was Eric Schave.
Yeah. But this other dude, he learns languages in a week, right? He becomes fluent in languages in a week. Like he's just got this whole super fucking brain. They took him to meet the actual fucking Rain Man, like the real life Rain Man that shit was based off of, and they were doing that, dude. And this cat's fucking out of control. He's got literally a perfect memory, they said.
Yeah.
He remembers like everything he's ever read.
Yeah.
The history of all countries, all rulers, presidents, when they served, their birthdays, their spouses' names, like perfect eidetic memory, right?
Yeah.
You always hear about that, but it's not always like 100%. So he remembers every NASA accomplishment. He reads pages in 8 to 10 seconds. Some people do that speed reading.
They do it both pages at a time.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
He does left page, left eye, right page, right eye, in 8 to 10 seconds, what would take people 3 minutes to read one page. It is fucking out of control. So then they bring this cat to the university, and they've got him doing all these crazy calculations, right? Because they thought at first, like, well, maybe he's bullshitting and just memorizes all this stuff and has an amazing memory, but he's not actually seeing these landscapes, and that's all bullshit. So that was the whole fucking thing. They didn't tell him, so they're like, carve out the number 48 and show us what that looks like, because that was this thing, right? And they didn't tell him they were doing this, but they're just like, we want to see you make it in Play-Doh or putty and see what it looks like. And then without him knowing, they quizzed him the next day to see if he would like replicate and mirror the things that he had done the day before. And it's kind of like fact check is a bullshit. So then for his final test, because he's talking about all this stuff and learning a language in a week, they bring him to Iceland, which is supposed to be like Icelandic is supposed to be the hardest fucking language or among them to learn. It's all these weird like nasally kind of like fake made up sounds and shit. Learns this shit in a week. They bring him, he does it on live TV and just crushes it, dude. It was out of fucking control.
Nuts.
Yeah,
it's that guy or one just like him. They do one where they bring him up in a fucking blimp above New York City, and they go over New York City, and he memorizes it from above and draws the whole city, every single fucking street, and labels them all, and it's perfect. He nails every one.
That's wild. So I don't know if you remember when we were little kids, we had all our neighbors over and we were playing a baseball game in the backyard.
Oh,
and I was playing catcher, and I got fucking cracked unbelievably hard with a wooden bat straight across the dome.
I think it was an aluminum bat.
It might have been, but it wasn't like
school.
a wiffle ball bat.
We're not talking like even bullshit composite. We're talking old school, thick ass. I remember that, dude. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you
my
thought I was
brother
dead.
just got killed,
yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Like, I mean, it's a baseball bat to the dome, bro.
I'm still dumb as shit, so what the fuck? I got screwed over, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to just play it off, and it's be like 9,842.
It smells like purple.
Yeah, that shit's wild, man.
Have you, without going into specifics here, I've been in a couple of states where I've been able to experience synesthesia before.
Really?
And the one that I had was seeing music as colors. Like, have you ever seen the suspended, like, neon gaseous stuff? They use, commercials all the time, and just that shit that floats around.
Yep.
It was that, and I would see music in colors fucking floating like that, and it was the most incredible thing I've ever experienced.
That's wild,
in my life,
man.
bro. It was
I would just see
fucking amazing,
the geometry changing,
Yeah.
Geometry.
See, I've never gotten the geometry thing, but
playing a bunch of Tool in the background.
It's getting down on that Alex Gray, just soaking that in, blowing your mind.
That's what it was for real.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking geometrical shit.
That's an interesting cat to listen to, man. You ever catch him? He was doing that whole
Alex Gray.
Alex Gray, yeah. Did you see the photos? So he's doing this whole psychedelic church thing.
Yeah.
And he totally beat the system and like got it ruled as an actual religious thing.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to pay. So he doesn't have to pay taxes and shit. It's
like, nice.
It's as valid as a religion as anything else,
It's in New York or something.
The one that I think has existing ones, like the new big shrine he's building, I thought was somewhere out west, like Arizona-ish or somewhere in the desert. Yeah, but I know he probably has.
Bubba went. Well. He was there.
Really?
Arizona? He went to Cosm. No, to the wherever it is. I feel like it's out east and he's building a new one or something.
Yeah.
It might be open. This is years ago now. I'm not totally up on what Alex Gray is up to right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking strange man.
Up to date on all Alex Jones material.
Alex Gray, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah, and his wife, like, I got his book, and like they used to do shit where they'd like in the museum they would like have sex inside a glass case and shit, like weird ass shit like this, dude.
I don't want to see myself like disappointing a woman from that. Right.
It was
my
very
first person point of view is more than enough.
It was a very limited fucking showing.
Right.
Yeah.
Hairy man ass pressed up against the
About
glass.
4 minutes to be there.
That's gold, Jerry. Gold.
But he's the shit, dude. His fucking paintings are the shit.
Yeah, that's
Talking
amazing, dude.
Talking about tool art when it was
Yeah.
merely whisper.
Oh yeah, I've thrown it down since way back in the day, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah. Those sours going right to the
yeah,
dome,
these
man.
are good, man. Well played. Well played.
Had to be done.
So what the fuck else going on with you, man? You were telling me about your job a little bit there.
Yeah. So I work in product development in the automotive industry. Kind of interesting if you're into that stuff, and if you're not so much. I enjoy it a lot, and
Right.
yeah, not much, man. I work and play softball in the summer, and right now I just started shooting trap leagues again yesterday. So
You guys, you were a dominant trap shooter. I always remembered you.
yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
So it's a clay game that you do.
Okay.
You know, so it's shotgun shooting. There's 3 basic
It's clay pigeons,
Yeah.
pull, boom.
Yeah, so there's skeet where there's 2 houses and they throw across, and the birds or clay pigeons, whatever, for people that don't know, go in the same pattern every time. Trap, there's 1 central house in front of you and 5 stations in a semicircle around it. You shoot 5 clays at each station.
Oh.
And so me and Matt, when we were kids, both worked at the local conservation club as pullers. So like the people that release the bird.
So
and
watching grown men crush 30 packs of bush
and
light,
play
go out
with
there and
guns.
fire shotguns. So.
Real man shit. But yeah, so I've been into that for a long time, and yeah, I'm pretty solid. I'm not as good as I used to be, but I also wear glasses now, which is a real bitch.
What
shooting
seemed
guns.
to have gone less well was the results of the softball team season.
Oh God,
I'm
we
not-
are miserable. We are fucking god
That straight
awful.
defeated season, dude. I'm not breaking your balls. We did one of those, so we're like, all right, played a little hoops back in the day, and most of us, so we get a handful of friends, so we think we're gonna start a fucking basketball team, right?
Oh, Jesus.
We're like, all right, we'll get into like the lowest league bullshit
Yeah.
basketball team, the local place. So we show up the first week, and it's this ex-high school team, like local all-stars.
Always, man. Always.
Oh,
We're all
man.
like 24 to 30, just smoking a pack a day, fucking getting shit-faced. We get out there, these kids are alley-ooping above our
Indeed,
heads. We're just
indeed.
like,
Dunking and shit.
Didn't lose a game by less than 10 all year.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
housed by like 20 to 30, dude. Just utter embarrassment.
We get a thorough ass kicking, like to the point where the Chronicle was debating doing a story about us. Because I'm not even joking. So a kid on our team, he's not on our team anymore, but he has like a beer league hockey team he plays on too, and he actually owns. You're in a graphic design, right? Is it a copyright for an image, or is it a trademark? So he owns the old Muskegon Fury logo, the original Fury logo. So our softball team was the Fury, his hockey team was the Fury. His hockey team has gone 2 seasons undefeated at being defeated, so no wins, and then our softball team did too, and somebody caught wind of it in the local news and wanted to do an article on us. It never came to fruition.
That
It would have been
hilarious,
epic, man.
That would have been so
Let's
funny.
go and boss. These guys are terrible at all time. No, really, really not good at playing softball.
No,
I want to try that trap shooting shit though, man. That sounds fun.
it's a
dude.
lot of
That's a
fun,
goddamn
man.
blast.
Yeah,
It's so
that sounds
much
fun as fuck,
dude.
dude. I'm a pretty decent shot. I think I'd probably be pretty good at that. I've never done that though.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
It's usually on like Thursday nights, but I mean, if you guys ever want to come on a weekend, I'm a member. I have a thrower. We can go out there and fuck around anytime.
We should, dude. We'll do a live podcast.
It's a
on it.
lot of
Live
fun.
podcast from the ring.
But at the same time, nothing can kind of mirror the excitement of hunting man.
It's true. It's true.
Surviving the game.
What
Some
was the-
iced tea. Yeah,
Iced
that
tea,
was
yeah.
the iced tea.
Surviving
one,
the
right?
game, yeah.
You guys know
I
that
couldn't
one, but I always
remember,
think of the fucking
Van
it's a
Damme
Jean-Claude
one, yeah,
Van
yeah.
Damme one. That's the same setup where they hunt the homeless people and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
How many
Same
times does he do the
movie, dude.
split? That's the crucial
At
question.
least 4.
I'm putting the over under at 4, and I'm taking
I feel
power.
like he's got a mullet in it or something
God.
too.
That's man, Van Damme.
Yeah, they wear like money belts. Is that the same movie?
No,
It's literally, well, it is the same movie.
Yeah, same
It's
movie.
a hard target. Is
Hard
the
target.
Van Damme.
All right, there we go.
Yes.
But then
It's in,
there's like this-
Louisiana
yeah.
hard target, motherfuckers.
There's
That's
the
what I'm talking
same one where Ice-T. It's the exact same.
about. Which one came first? We gotta
That's a
find
fun
out.
Question. All right.
Yeah. Who did it first? Was it T or was it Van Damme? Surviving the game. Jesus Christ. I think the
Okay.
Jean-Claude Van Damme one was first.
So we've got. Okay, what's your call before we look it up here?
The Ice-T one had to have been in the 90s. Van
It
Damme was
was
also
definitely
super
90s.
popular in the 90s,
Oh, yeah.
so that's a really tough call.
It's gotta
Just
be
because
right around
Ross
the
went
same
with
time.
Van Damme, I'm going to go Ice-T.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Just
we've
be
got
contrarian.
we've got Van Damme, 1993, narrowly edging out Ice-T, and surviving the game in
yeah.
1994.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
T's like, yo, dog, that shit fine. That movie was fire. It was straight fire. Like,
A spot on Ice-T,
yeah,
dude.
let's get that list going. It's all some combination of Mike
Yeah.
Tyson and Ice-T.
100%.
That fucking Hard Target's a great movie, though. It's a great
both
movie.
shows,
He
you know?
punches out a snake. He grabs the snake. It's like in Louisiana, and they have to go back out into the bayou to survive for a
Yeah.
while, you know. And a snake comes out of the tree, and he grabs it, and he punches. He does like one of those like short punches,
Yeah,
you
bro.
know. It fucking knocks out the snake.
Jesus.
Talking
always
some
doing that.
Bruce Lee 2-inch punch, but with Van Damme, that far superior
He
technique.
did the 2-inch punch on
Yeah,
the
dude.
snake, dude. It's a
fucking
rattlesnake.
zapping
It
that
knocks it out.
Presumably while doing the splits. I would imagine.
100%.
I maintain, and this isn't some cute, like, funny fucking hipster thing. I cannot tell you how much I love the movie Bloodsport, man.
Fuck
dude.
yes.
I was thinking about it,
Bloodsport
too.
whoops an
It's
absurd
seriously
amount
one of the
ass,
greatest
bro.
movies ever made.
It's
dude.
so good.
It's
Talking
so
Frank
fantastic.
Dukes, and he was merely a whisper, dude.
Who's
Oh,
a
yeah.
real guy.
Yeah. It was wildly exaggerated.
Oh,
Rogan's
yeah.
always going
I
off
know.
about that. Yeah, but real guy. dude.
None of that happened,
Yeah,
but yes, Frank's
Talking
Frank,
Booger from Revenge of the
Yeah,
Nerds,
yeah.
dude. It's so
gets,
good,
gets his
man.
back broke by the guy, the fucking with the huge pecs. the
Yeah,
fucking,
Yeah.
the pec
Chong
guy,
Li.
dude. Yeah.
Chong Li is fucking
Absurdly jacked
snapping
Asian man.
necks,
Dude.
just going, bah!
Yep.
Straight jacking spines out, bro. Dude, that movie is good beyond words, man.
Yeah,
it gets
it really
me
is.
so pumped up.
The
every
worst
time
part, and I
watch
wish
it.
fucking, because, man, nobody can fucking shit on it more than Swanson, but fucking, the flashbacks to young
The young Van Damme, bro. Oh my god.
so bad.
That kid's doing just the worst Van Damme
it's-
accent you've ever
He
heard.
seriously
man.
looks like he's like I don't even know how to say it, dude. He's this kid, and he's like French because like it's like Van Damme's French, and he's like doing this. I can't even.
Is
fucking
he though?
describe.
Nobody knows.
Yeah,
where
who
Van Damme's
knows,
from,
man?
bro.
And like,
Is he
that's-
French? Is he Austrian? Is he from fucking Bolivia? Dude,
Yeah.
you don't know,
Yeah.
man.
And he's training with his sensei and shit.
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
and I think he
dude.
does the splits on the fucking like the.
That
the
was
bricks
grown
or
Van
something.
Damme with the
Yeah,
splits, but
yeah,
let's be clear,
yeah.
he's been training for those
Yeah.
splits
Oh,
since he was
yeah.
a fucking wee
You don't
lad,
just start
bro.
knocking
Yeah.
out the splits in your 20s.
Yeah, dude,
That's
yeah,
a
for
lifelong
sure.
process.
Yeah, man. Gearing up those loins for decades at a
Yeah.
time, dude.
He made
It
a
is
lot of money.
almost intentionally bad,
Hey,
that
dude.
first opening sequence.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
And the whole movie is, but it's so fucking awesome, man. God
Yeah.
damn,
There's
that movie
some
kicks
great-
so much ass, dude.
Stinker martial arts movies in that generation.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
bro.
here's a throwback, one that our dad loved. Do you remember Only the Strong?
Only the
Starring
Strong,
the
dude.
chairman from Iron Chef America.
Yes.
What is
dude,
that guy's
so
actual
good.
name?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
So obscure.
dude.
It's about capoeira fighting from
Yeah,
like Brazil, like the
Oh,
Brazilian
okay.
dance fighting.
Oh my god.
I fucking
Really?
totally forgot. It
Amazing,
is that
but
guy,
also
isn't it?
terrible.
What was it called?
Only the Strong.
Wow.
Only the Strong is an incredible film about fighting. It is fucking that guy. What a good call that is, dude. Yeah, it's the host of fucking Iron Chef or what? Not Iron.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh yeah, it's
Fucking-
Iron Chef America.
Yes,
Because his uncle was the host of the
Japanese.
Japanese one.
Mark Dacascos.
That's it.
bro.
Wow.
Soak in some Mark Dacascos a little bit.
I never even
And it's like
heard
the
of this.
classic,
He's
like,
the
inner
fucking
city
Iron Chef
mentor,
host.
you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's always throwing down those real token one-liners.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, we're going to karate chop this meat. You know, this is so bad, dude. Fucking good call, dude. What an epic flick only the strong was. Billy Blanks of Thai Bo fame
yeah.
had one of those movies where he was
Really?
the janitor. And
Yeah.
he, the kid getting picked on.
Oh, okay.
You know, his
okay.
Karate Kid with Billy
to take
Blanks
him out with
as
the
the
mop.
janitor, bro. Yeah.
Wow.
For those who can't see, you're doing this whole mop cheering
Yeah.
action over
Yeah,
here the
dude.
entire time.
And crushing it, to be clear.
What is the deal with like the influx of martial arts movies in the 90s, man? What's
Yeah,
the
they were
Chuck
got
Norris
popular.
one, man? You
The
know what
better
I'm talking
question is, what's the deal with the outflux of them?
Yeah, that
after
shit
the
needs to
90s?
come
Why
back.
did that
For
It really
sure.
does. We need more fucking terrible martial arts.
It's so
movies, yeah.
good, dude. They were so good. There was one, I think it was Sidekick or something with
Yeah.
Cody
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Cody from Step
Yeah.
by
And
Step.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah. There you go. That was it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the one I
yeah.
was just referencing.
Yeah, and then insert any one.
I thought it was that long-haired kid from fucking from Ladybugs.
Jonathan Brandis?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know,
I don't
dude. Cody took over. I think it was in the second one. I'm
Okay.
not sure. He was the star of the first.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Three Ninjas.
Three Ninjas.
There you
man.
go.
Great. That
That's
was
a good
movie.
one.
Talking
Yeah.
Tum Tum, and it was
Oh,
Amelia
yeah.
Whisper.
Yeah.
Rocky.
Even just
dude.
fucking
Throwing it
Ninja
down.
Turtles too, man.
Yeah, like the
you know.
good Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dude, the Ninja Turtles movie, the first Ninja Turtles movie, is one of the finest films ever
It's
fucking
super
made.
good because it's more
so
like the
good,
comic
dude.
book series, which initially was dark, and then
That
it didn't.
shit's like noir, dude. It's like a noir.
Yeah, it
film.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yup.
kinda. It's
It's
fucking. It's
very
a great
good.
movie. It's
Yeah.
well done. It's hilarious. The writing's fucking on point.
Yup.
dude.
Epic, dude.
It's a great movie.
the suits are way better than any of the CGI
Yeah,
bullshit
yeah,
they
they
do
really
with
are.
it now.
yeah.
They legit are. Dude.
Yeah.
No bullshit. No like nostalgia factor.
No, it's just a good
way
movie.
cooler.
Yeah.
With, like,
The second
real
one is
great
good
movie.
too, but that's when they started getting campy and it was more
Yeah,
geared toward
yeah.
kids. And I still love that. The third
Yeah.
one's bad.
Third
Turtles
one's
in
bad.
Time.
Yeah, they go back
Yeah,
to
the
ancient
samurai
fucking-
days.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
back in time. That stinks.
But the first one's legit. That was the first movie I saw in the movie theater
Wow.
ever, like in my life.
It just
Yeah.
blows my mind to remember the first movie you've seen in a theater.
I was just
Yeah.
racking my brain when
Yep.
you said that. I have no idea.
I remember
I
'cause
don't
it was like
either.
a big deal. Like I went
Lion
with like
King,
an older
maybe?
friend, like kind of thing. Or maybe it was like the first one we saw on our own or something. Like it was like that.
Okay.
or something.
Okay.
And I was pretty fucking young.
I remember the first movie. I think the first movie I saw in a theater where I wasn't with one of my parents was me and Matt and one of our mom's friends' daughters went and saw the South Park movie in theater.
Oh yeah.
Remember we went with Delilah
I
and
do
saw
not.
that?
That's random.
Yeah,
that
dude.
was like we were. In
I
like
do have an
middle
absurd
school.
memory.
grade,
Like
Yeah.
he was joking earlier, but I have like a stupid good memory. And yeah. That's the first movie
It
I
was that
remember.
hit to the head with the
yeah,
bat.
exactly.
Right?
There we go. It's all coming
Come
back,
on,
baby.
You were in
Yeah.
the 8th grade, or the first time you went to see in a movie theater?
Just going, it was October 3rd, 1993. The weather was slightly overcast. I remember distinct dampness in the air.
Right.
Yeah, but let's talk more about the Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
Over here.
Get back to
Not-
basics.
do you remember though? In the second one, it's got the Vanilla Ice cameo.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
dude. Closes out the flick with ice.
Ninja
dude.
rap,
Leading up
bro.
to the, yeah,
Ooze,
Ninja
dude.
rap. Yeah.
Go Ninja,
Yeah,
go
dude.
Ninja, go! That's a fucking great shit.
So good, dude. And there's that moment of confusion where they break in and Ice-T's in his normal or vanilla ice.
I wasn't
Ice
sure if you
Cube,
were
Ice
going
Tea,
somewhere.
vanilla ice. Yeah.
So many ices.
Old man, that iced tea
That
over
ice
there.
fella.
That iced tea, you know. No, but dude, Vanilla's all up there and he's confused, right? And he's going to
Yeah,
his rap
yeah,
and they
yeah.
break in. He doesn't know, and then he's like, "Yeah,
Uh-huh.
let's
Yeah,
just go."
yeah.
Then he just settles in after him and he's just like, "Yeah," dude. Just fucking breaks out that freestyle, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Going B Rabbit 8 miles.
He's got that
style, just
suit
fucking
jacket with
freestyle
shoulder
up there,
pads
son.
in it and
Yeah,
shit.
dude.
Sequins and shit.
So
It's all
good.
shiny.
Go.
The dance.
Rock, oh, we gotta get Cam in here, bro. I'm killing this fucking Vanilla Ice dance right now. So. Cutting between 6 and 7 rugs over here.
Still to this day, I just randomly drop on people and there's like no context around. Let's be like, traditional pre-fight donuts. And nobody has any idea what I'm talking
I forgot
about.
that line. Yeah.
Oh man, Secrets of the Ooze for the win, dude.
Yeah,
Love me some
it's a
Secrets
solid
of the Ooze.
flick.
Just like a week ago, I was doing Splinter when he comes up in the fire and speaks to him in the first one when they're out in the country and they have the fucking seance. And I don't even remember what part of it I was doing, but I was doing it, you are all my sons or whatever. It's like, all that shit, you know.
That's so spot on.
Well, fuck, Rick Beam, who was just here the other week, he always used to go, taking his katana, slicing my ear. That
That's so funny. Oh man.
Orokusaki.
Take note, Bloodsport. That is how you do a flashback, baby.
Yes, sir.
T1 flashback, dude. Cutting right through the fucking noise. Dude.
I gotta
God
watch
damn,
that movie. I
shit's
fucking
good.
legit love that first fucking. We used to do some shit about the Foot Clan back in the day. Remember? We had
Yeah,
some shit
dude.
that was like, I don't even fucking know
Foot
what
Clan
it was.
material for
Yeah, there was
days.
So
some
do
shit
either
about
of
the
you
Foot
guys
Clan.
ever have reoccurring dreams that you've had like over and over and over?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
So one of
Yeah.
mine is that my grandma that lives in Grand Haven on my mom's side, I have this reoccurring dream that me and the Ninja Turtle, to this day, mind you, me and the Ninja Turtles fight the Foot Clan in her garage, and it's just like a normal 2-stall garage, but it's like this epic battle, and I still have this dream
Yes, dude.
even to this day. And
Did
I
you
don't,
like play with fucking the action figures over there? Or
I mean,
something?
I enjoyed Ninja Turtles, but I wasn't like super duper into it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it lines up, but it's just strange.
What a kick-ass
Yeah.
recurring dream.
Yeah,
to
oh, for
have
sure.
there,
I
dude.
mean, if you're gonna have one, have an epic dream
you
like
and
that.
Leo
I
just
don't know.
laying waste in the garage, bro. Just
I'm
doing
thinking you might
fucking
need a
jump
talk
kicks
to a
off the
professional
wall.
of some sort.
It
on that.
could
You
be.
need
There's
to-
a lot of repressed
You
memories in
need
there.
to deep dive on it. You're gonna need some hypnosis. on
Right?
that one.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I never had the fucking.
here? Okay.
And, show us on the Ninja Turtle doll where he touched you.
For sure.
I never had the action figures and shit though, but like a lot of fucking like Evans had all
Oh, I collected
of them, dude.
some of that
Did
shit.
you?
I didn't go crazy. I was never
Yeah.
a big action figure guy. I didn't fuck
Yeah.
around with G.I. Joes or anything.
Well, I had all
but
the Ghostbusters shit. I
Oh
know
yeah,
you
I
had
did
that too,
Ghostbusters
yeah.
stuff for days.
Yeah.
One of the first thing I remember saving up for, dude, I wanted it so bad, and it was $20, which was an infinite amount of money back
yeah.
in the day with
Yeah.
a $5 allowance a week or whatever. I wanted the Ghostbusters glow in the dark, slide out, fully operational ghost trap, bro.
Yeah.
And when I finally got that thing, I remember it was this is my fucking Rain Man moment here. But it was like a downpour. Do you remember the Hills store on Seaway Drive? Hills, right?
Yeah.
So this was the place that had the ghost trap, and it is an all-time tragic monsoon, bro. Like wildly dangerous. And Mom's just like, "Oh no, we can't go." I'm like, "Oh no, today is the 4th Friday." I've been saving up for this shit for a month, which is like 50% of my life at that point, you know. dude.
Right.
Went and scored that thing. Oh man, it had that little toy you put on top.
Yep.
You step on the pedal and the fucking thing opens
Oh,
up. The toy
yeah, I
sits
remember that
down,
one.
dude.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I remember
Bro,
that.
you
now,
still
yeah.
had that when you were an adult. You used that as part of your
Yeah.
costume
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
year for
dude.
Halloween.
Yeah,
So,
I
and-
went
yeah,
with
me and
you.
you.
Okay,
did.
okay.
Two-man
And
Ghostbusters
fucking-
operation.
So
dude.
I lost all my Ghostbusters gear in the fire. So I had the packs, I had all the shit,
Oh, yeah,
and it all
dude.
is gone, right? And fucking we go, and I had no costume, and you're like, "What's Ghostbusters? Come with me as Ghostbusters." And you're like, "I got all this stuff," but you like wouldn't give me any of this stuff. you were like, "Yeah, I got the pack and the trap and this." He's like strapped with gear, and I'm like just in the jumpsuit,
Just
And I'm like-
asserting this dominance.
I'm like, "Yo, let me get the EKP meter or whatever," and you're like, "Nah, man." It's like,
I had this one busted ass one. It was like the weakest toy they had. I'm like, "Oh, it's Ghostbusters' choice. I'll get it." It was like 10 inches long. It had a little styrofoam thing that stuck out of it that was
Yeah.
supposed to be. And we're not talking the big choice sword thing.
Yup.
We're talking this little dagger, this fucking little bitch dagger. Like, and I remember the Nerf thing was busted in half, so the already unimpressive like 5-inch one
Jesus.
is down to 1 3/4. You know, it's down to a shriveled cock length at best at that point. And I'm just like, here you go.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I had the EKG reader,
Yeah,
dude, talking
no.
that spinny thing,
You like
bro.
that shit got on your fucking
Full
belt pack and
backpack.
shit. Shit.
And then we borrowed the fucking mom's white wagon back in the day.
Oh,
yeah, 'cause
God.
it looked like
and then
it.
taped Ghostbuster. We printed off the Ghostbuster logo.
Yeah.
Taped that shit on the side of the white wagon. Then went rolling into an epic Newt Halloween party, which these parties back in the day
I never.
were just out of control. Like old school, great pallet fire, 20-foot high bonfire parties, just shit-faced high school debauchery.
I hope they
dude.
still party like that out there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Swanson and Boone when his what was the fucking Fear and Loathing, dude?
oh yeah. that was epic.
Okay.
Going back to Johnny Depp once again, it all ties back to Depp. But him and Benicio.
Okay.
That was a good
fucking-
costume. I forgot about that.
That was an epic costume. Dude.
Your guys'
Much of that
crew-
costume was mirrored in real life in ways it probably shouldn't have been.
for
We won't
real,
get into
for real.
specifics there, but
Those guys.
they're real. At least one of them was a real method actor. We'll leave it at that.
Yep.
You guys always got super into Halloween.
Oh
man.
yeah, baby.
Even in a I remember that party at Shaler's house when you went as Stephen Hawking is like
Yeah.
one of the biggest.
That's the best one.
Yeah, that party was absurd too. Like I partied
was
a little
a
bit
lot
in
of
high
fun,
school, but it was like smaller groups and stuff. That was like college party movie party. Like people
Oh,
on
yeah.
every surface, every
Shaler had
inch of
great
that
parties
house. It
there,
was
dude.
absurd.
They've
man.
come up like 4 times on this show already. Yeah. We were talking to Wood
Gotta get
about it.
Shaler
like,
on
talking
the pod.
to
What
Boone
are we
about
doing,
it. And I
dude?
could- yeah, we do. Yeah.
But I had a nice run of like 3 years where I had the Stephen
Yeah.
Hawking one year.
Yep.
I went as Mrs. Garrison
Yup.
Oh man!
one year,
Wow.
which
Yeah.
was an ad.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was spot
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I don't know. I gotta hit up my homegirl Brooke. Shout out Brooke, dude, and see if there are any photos of that one.
Yeah.
That was a great costume. Dude. It couldn't have been more spot on. I had 1 year's flow.
I remember that
Yes,
too.
that's
Yup.
pretty
Yeah.
solid. You guys went as fucking Scooby Doo one year too.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I
I
went up
think,
to
right?
Scoot. Yeah, hit
Yeah.
that.
Nice.
That was pretty good.
That's
That was pretty
that Shaler party is the year I went as Bruce Valanche, and the only person other than you who knew who I was Swanson. Swanson immediately was so phased. He's like, Bruce Valanche!
I don't even know what that is. I don't know.
Bruce Valanche. Oh, you know,
I just know him. I don't even know what he's
dude.
famous for, though. You see a picture of him, you
Man,
know it
you are
immediately.
deep diving on some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Iron Chef England. Like, what?
Dude, one of the hooks I got on the back burner is a Bruce Valanche hook, and if you're not gonna get it, nobody's gonna get it.
I've never heard
Was
of
he a
this person.
stand-up
Never
comic,
heard of this
maybe?
person.
He was like some kind of quasi comedian, dude. He's oh man, soak him in a little bit here. Bruce Valanche, bro. Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Very obscure. My Halloween
yeah.
costumes are always terrible and super obscure.
Yeah,
No,
that's how I
huge.
rock
That's
it.
pretty
Deep
obs-
call, dude. That's
Yeah.
fucking epic, dude. Bruce Valanche is like
Yeah,
funniest
yeah.
shit ever. That's a top fiver. Honorable mention here, if not the outright winner, dude. Matt Boone one time went as Hulk Hogan.
That was that same year.
dude, and he was out there and he did not break character.
Nope.
All night just going, hey,
Yeah.
brother. And he was all in. He was all jacked at the time, dude. And it couldn't have been better. And I remember he was dating his longtime serious girlfriend who's trying to have a legitimate discussion with him. And he is all in, bro. He is
good
all
for
in,
him.
unwavering. She's just going,
man, that's
Matt,
perfect.
we get it. Like, it's a great costume. We got to talk for a second. He's going, sorry, brother. Can't do it right now, brother. All night, just laying it out. And it was so good. Shout out
I remember
Matt
that.
Boone, bro.
He wrestled Wood in the backyard. That was your Wood was as Ron Burgundy, and they wrestled.
Yeah, that was a good year. I was
yeah.
Mulder from the X-Files.
Yeah,
we did
Mulder and
Mulder and
Scully,
Scully that
yeah.
year.
Nice.
That was epic.
The Gandhi costume,
Gandhi
which we
was a
talked
different
about,
year.
going full
Gandhi
Bruce
was-
Valanche.
I think Gandhi was my crowning achievement as
Yeah,
a costume.
dude.
It's not,
Yeah.
It doesn't beat out some others, but that was my
Step
top.
aside Ben Kingsley. There's but one Gandhi, bro. and it's
Especially
Boss
now
D,
because I went
gentlemen.
whole fucking black, like brown face.
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
I was
man.
painted up. I'm fucking admitting it, dude. It's what it was, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't
Wearing
as big of a deal
toga,
back
you know?
in the day.
I mean, it was all good fun, dude. That's
Yeah,
what's stupid
yeah.
about it. I don't know
that
fucking-
same
No,
party we were
exactly.
discussing, somebody went as Tiger Woods in blackface.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was a great costume.
I fucking
Oh,
miss
man.
that shit though, man. The Halloween parties, man, are so fun when it's a big like that, and it's just, it doesn't exist anymore. You know,
It's the fucking ultimate holiday as an adult, just to be a 5-year-old kid again. Just
Yeah.
fucking, we're getting dressed up, we're getting shit faced,
Yep.
we're fucking throwing it down, just trying
Yep.
to break your friend's balls.
Yeah.
The funniest shit you can think of, you know.
but Swanson's fucking Oscar the Grouch is up there too.
Yeah,
dude. He
Oscar
was
the
wearing
Grouch.
that ghillie suit.
Yeah,
and he took that trash can and put suspenders on it. And he was talking about him and his old man that day were sawing off the bottom of the trash can, and it was shooting sparks everywhere. He's like, they're just out there drinking that cherry cordial, fucking sawing off that fucking.
Oh man, yeah, a cherry cordial fucking backwoods moonshine, aged in the big fucking water cooler. Worst
Oh,
thing,
nice.
it would be fucked up. It was so
Jesus
sweet,
Christ,
terrible.
yeah, dude.
Jesus Christ, I can taste it now.
Oh yeah,
dude.
so put you right on your ass, brother.
God damn.
Bro, you need to borrow because it's just literally sitting in the barn in a box right now.
Oh, it's
the
called
64.
the 64.
Oh,
Yeah, you called me out like 9 times
Yeah.
on
You're
that.
supposed to bring it, dude.
I was going to, and I honestly forgot.
Yeah,
I don't ever play it.
we need to get it hooked up. When I get the new spot going, dude, we'll fucking hook it up. We'll have a little. See, I wish I still had all my shit because I could have had I had every Nintendo all hooked up to the old style TV with a
Nice.
switcher. You could just switch to
Yeah,
what
baby,
system
that-
you wanted.
yeah, that
Everything
was
was plugged in.
Yup.
Dude. Bam, games. Talking heavy barrel for days.
So
dude.
I basically have that. I've got the PS4 is good to go back and from oldest to new or newest to old. Then I've got a Super NES and the NES, both of which are ready to roll, baby. I share a plug between them, so I've got to like pop it in the other, but good to go. I got the Sega Genesis out there, which I got to get that fucker.
You have my
hooked
old
up again.
PlayStation 1
Yeah.
too,
Okay,
right?
PlayStation
Two.
No,
Your
it was
Nintendo's-
PlayStation.
Yeah, you have my
It was
one.
PlayStation
Yeah.
1.
Your Nintendo's getting sketched though, dude. Last time we were hooking it up, there was a lot of blowing into the cartridge.
Oh, there
going on.
always.
That's part of the experience.
Yeah, I mean that fucker's been like that since '97, bro. But it still goes. Dude. Once you get the old girl revved up, she fires up every
Dude,
time, man.
You really got to you just got to kind of finger it for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
Going, dude.
But you know who showed me the best Nintendo trick ever? One El Kakoi or Kukui,
Tony?
fucking T
Ferguson?
Ferg,
Oh,
bro.
God.
Where you get the Q-tip
Yeah.
and you dip it in the alcohol and then
Yeah.
rub that on
Clean
the
'em.
cartridge,
Yup.
which is the finest fucking mechanism for that.
Yeah.
So shout out T Ferg for that
Yeah,
fucking
indeed.
crucial tip, dude.
Yeah, you guys grew up with fucking
El Kakui.
Yeah, right.
The boogeyman.
Yeah.
Across the street,
Yep.
one down.
Yeah, Tony was always super cool to me. We always got along, but he was definitely a fucking character, man.
It was character.
Oh,
good,
yeah.
good dude, ride or die type
For
guy.
sure.
You know, always had your back.
He
and
always
shit. Used to
I
fuck-
remember him in 6th grade. He used to do because that's when the Matrix came out, and he used to do the moves from the Matrix. And
Oh yeah,
in the lunchroom, he was always doing the fucking.
He's
things
an
and
athletic freak.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
he's
ridiculous,
insane, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good dude. I hadn't seen him in years and years. And when our dad passed away, he happened to be in town. And he rolled up into our dad's funeral. And that's when he was like
Oh, that's
filming
nice, man.
for the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
That's when he was doing that, was when he showed up to dad's funeral.
Right.
Yeah, it was a
And
little
he had
bit of a
just
blur.
finished, and I
Yeah.
think he might have known I don't know if he was
won,
waiting for his
yeah.
final fight or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah, he's a super good guy. The last time I saw him, he was bartending, and he was
Okay.
he was. Yeah.
I think that was when he was doing that or getting ready to do that somewhere.
It's
there,
at
about
what's
that
the
same time,
deck
man.
now? It was down
Yeah,
there on
yeah.
the fucking. It was
Oh, yep.
like Captain Jax or something. He was bartending.
Yeah, it was
I
Captain
was down
Jax.
there after fucking Summer Celebration, and he was bartending down there.
That spot down there, that
Yeah.
deck place, god
deck's
damn, do I
fucking
love that
awesome.
fucking
We go down
segment.
I've
Yeah.
never been to
Oh,
that. I went there when it was
So
Captain
badass.
Jax.
It's
Once.
a whole other
It's
thing.
way
now, dude.
just-
Yeah. So back when, God, when I worked at that shop right after Dad passed, and I bought that moped. So like me,
yeah, dude.
my friend Kyle and his fiance all had little mopeds, and like we'd go and bar hop on them and just get absolutely schnockered riding around on mopeds, and that was. And granted, I live in freaking Nunica, and it's like an hour and a half ride out to Pier Marquette.
you drive.
Oh, I
from
drive my
there?
moped to Pier Marquette and drink out at
Christ,
Captain
dude.
Jack's.
Oh, that's out of control. That's a commitment to the
I got-
lifestyle right there.
I got pulled over on Laketon one night leaving Kyle's house. Like, they put up construction on Getty from the time I went to his house and to the time I left, and there was a no left turn on the Laketon off of Getty, and I didn't notice it. And I turned, and I got pulled over and got a disregard for a traffic control device on a fucking moped. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. The cop looks at my ID, and he's like, Nunica? Is this up to date? I'm like, yes, sir. He's like, how do you even get out here?
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's what?
Sir, you're free to go. You'll be sober by the time you
Right, yeah.
Watch
going-
out for the UFOs. Have a great night.
Right.
It's going Dumb and Dumber style across.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
Did you see somebody recreated that trip recently?
No.
Yeah, somebody did that venture on a mini bike. It was I saw it on Facebook or something.
Oh, that's epic.
That is dedication
Yeah,
to
for
not
sure.
that great movie.
I say that shit. Oh, hey.
Sorry,
whoa,
man.
Whoa.
Fairly
That-
Brothers.
again,
bro.
Finest
another
comedy
hot
films
take.
ever, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that movie,
It's
dude.
pretty great,
It's a
dude.
fucking funny movie, dude. You can't tell me the fucking shit scene's not one of the funniest things ever,
yeah,
dude.
I mean, I don't know,
Even
man.
that shit on the fucking bike, though, like, I still say that all the time. I was like, worth the hair. Dude, that shit,
It's
you know?
so smartly written. Like the little
Yeah.
misdirection, the one-liners. Dude,
Yeah.
it's so fucking good, man.
The fucking-
Jeff Daniels, bro.
I know,
Don't
that's
sleep on
part of
Jeff
the genius
Daniels.
of it is
I
him.
prefer Daniels over Jim Carrey. I
Yeah.
like Jim Carrey's some of his serious work that he did, like Eternal Sunshine. I really enjoy
it's a
that
great
movie. And
Yeah.
comedically, he just never tickled my funny bone,
He's
man.
his own thing, man. And I don't know. I think maybe it's because like we were the perfect era of Jim Carrey. Like
Yeah.
we were his audience. Like right then when it was fucking Pet Detective.
But I wasn't
Dumb
even
and
that
Dumber.
huge on some of that
Oh,
shit. Like,
really? 'Cause
Cable
I
Guy,
was,
Pet
dude.
Detective, I was like,
Dude, Ace Ventura, like man, I was like the biggest fucking The Mask, dude. I was obsessed
Mask
with
I
The
wasn't
Mask.
into, dude.
Yeah.
But I love
All right,
like,
maybe you guys are fucking hating on Jim
like
Carrey.
me,
but
no, like Me, Myself, and Irene, by the way.
Oh,
to this
I
day.
forgot,
Good
dude.
movie.
That's one of the
It's-
funniest movies ever. I
Don't
think.
that,
dude.
that was it's a good no.
Daddy
it's
got a butthole on his
it's
chin.
one of the funnest funniest movies ever,
it's
dude.
fucking it's a great movie. That's
Rewatch it,
also the
dude.
Farrelly Brothers.
Yeah.
That was basically their fucking follow up to Dumb and Dumber working
That's
together.
their
basically.
opus,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
Dude,
that
it's
is a
so
great
funny,
movie.
man. It's so funny.
Dumb and Dumber's better. It's a better movie all around.
I would argue. I don't know if it is, man.
Certainly more popular. I mean, it's
Oh,
certainly like,
100%.
yeah, a bigger movie in the
100%, dude, but,
zeitgeist
like,
of.
I feel like watch some fucking
I've
Myself,
seen
and
it,
Irene.
man. It's a
watch
great
it
movie.
again.
Yeah.
It's
I love
great.
it. I love that
It's
movie,
great.
dude. Fucking, you know what is it kind of underrated though of that same ilk, those same guys is fucking Jesus Christ, the bowling movie, man, with fucking
Kingpin.
Kingpin, dude.
is also
I
one
love
of the
that movie.
funniest
That
movies ever made.
that I think is funnier than maybe all of those actually in
Agreed.
its
Agreed.
fucking subtlety and like
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah.
really funny. I think
I love
think
both
Kingpin
movies.
still gets.
I've
a
seen
nod.
Kingpin
dude.
so many times. I used to have
Yeah,
that
dude.
VHS and watch it over and over. Dude, oh, it's so
I
Bill
went as
Murray.
Big
just-
Ern McCracken.
Dude,
when
Big
you're for
Ern.
Halloween.
Yeah.
It was just
Ah,
an epic
yeah.
costume.
That
too.
is
that was
awesome.
a last second thrown together. Like 3 people even knew what it was, but I blew there. But
it's
that
almost like
movie's fucking
to your
funny, dude.
point, it's kind of because it doesn't have Jim Carrey. You know what I mean? Like the actors are more like kind of like legit actors,
Yeah.
like Woody Harrelson.
Woody
and,
Harrelson.
Yup.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's
who's the other
darker.
boy in it? Fucking Quaid.
Yeah,
Dennis
Oh, that's one of the
Quaid,
Quaid.
right?
Randy Quaid.
It's
Okay.
Randy Quaid,
Okay.
yeah. One of the flying Quaids.
Who is one of the funniest? I mean, he's so funny in the shit that he's in. Yeah.
dude.
Remember we were talking about him the other day that he went crazy.
Yeah. But Kingpin, dude, it's so
You
good.
Munson me.
Yeah, dude.
I got Munson out here in the middle of nowhere. What's that? The scene where he's working with the Amish people. And they're like, you finish up milking the cow? I'm like, yep, finished it up. Wipes his lip. It took a long time or whatever. He's like,
yeah, that's a bull.
we don't have any
We don't have any cows.
we have a bull.
The fucking Tracy Ullman as his landlord, and he has to fucking go down on her to
Jesus
pay his
Christ,
rent and
yeah,
shit, dude.
Rent's due next week, Munson. It's so funny. Blues Traveler to close it out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Kingpin, I would agree, is the funniest of them all.
That
dude.
one's up there, and it's a dark horse. You know, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yup.
It's
The
a little
Bill
more
Murray
obscure.
dickhead factor, like
Yeah.
so understated.
That might be,
dude.
and Bill Murray's got a lot of amazing roles, but
That
that
one
might
is
be
awesome.
his
Yeah.
fucking all time.
The final
you know?
throwdown match when his
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
comb over is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
flopping in the breeze. So good.
Yeah, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. So good. Making all those commercials, you know, just like, yeah, I'm down it. You know, he's got his hands on the mom's ass. and
Yeah,
the kid's
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Uncle Ern, he's so good to me. Sometimes he's even here when I wake up. Just like grabbing her ass in the background, you know.
Gotta
Whole
love
scene in
Murray.
the diner. There's like us 2 chicks sitting over there. He goes, "Hi."
Yeah.
The one smiles and he waves. He
He's
goes,
just-
"Not you.
You,
Hi.
his friend, your friend.
Such a fucking.
I heard that
God,
that
dude.
end scene that you were just saying, where when he hits the 3rd strike and wins or whatever, that like it was like he was actually on fire bowling and he hit that strike, and that's why everybody
Really?
explodes like
That's
for real.
epic.
Yeah,
That's huge.
yeah.
What
Some-
about Zombieland, Murray? That is an excellent cameo as
It is
well.
fun.
It's a cameo. I don't know. I think that movie. To me, that movie's a little. That's
I
a little
like
overrated. It was
Zombieland
fine,
quite a bit. I
but-
really like Jesse Eisenberg. Man.
I
I'm
do
a pretty
too.
big Eisenberg fan. A lot of people shit on that. Dude.
Yup.
You still have never seen. You've not seen the
Social
Social
Network?
Network,
Nope.
right?
Oh my God.
fucking God!
I know.
Sorkin written, Fincher directed.
I
You're
know.
a Fincher
Fincher's
fucking
it's like top
fanboy,
3. Dude.
bro.
It's the only Fincher movie I've never
Yeah,
seen.
dude, what are
dude.
you doing?
Featuring your
know.
other
I
favorite
don't know.
actor.
And fucking
Timberlake.
Reznor, bro.
Yeah.
Reznor on the score.
Yeah, that was
man. What
his
are you
first
doing
big
here?
score.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. And I've listened to that fucking score like literally 1,000 times. So like,
I'm beside myself right now. You've
I
not
know.
seen this movie, dude.
I
It's
know,
that
I
good.
know.
Let's watch
all right, I'll throw it on and watch it. You guys got it on fucking DVD?
No.
All right. You guys ready to do some fucking knowledge bombs?
Let's do it,
It's
Joe.
been a minute.
Get after it.
We're bringing it back.
The people demand more knowledge.
More knowledge bombs. Hopefully this fucking shit works.
Wow.
Can we get a little volume?
It's been a minute.
It does indeed work, my friend.
Been a minute. I don't know what
That
to
was
tell
a
ya.
Hiroshima-sized fucking knowledge bomb in my
Right?
ear right there, bro. All right, who's kicking us off here?
All right. The longest running lab experiment is the pitch drop experiment. Okay?
Okay.
The pitch drop experiment. It demonstrates how tar is the most viscous liquid, being 100 billion times more viscous than water. Only 9 drops have fallen in the 95 years since the experiment began in 1927.
Wow.
Did you soak all that in?
That's wild.
Did you catch all that?
Wow.
There's a picture of it. You got to look it up. And it's like this fucking, like, basically a funnel or almost like an hourglass that they filled with fucking this pitch tar shit. And it's just like a drop coming down. And it's just like hanging there like fucking forever.
So
And
is this like
eventually it's
tar
gonna drop.
pits tar?
Wow.
Yeah, it's some sort of fucking like, I don't know, tar. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Some
Does
sort
anybody
of
actually
oil.
know what tar is?
No. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's some kind of like compressed old school
Yeah.
oil. thing,
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's like an oil type thing.
That's
Okay.
why
Something
fucking
like
like it drops down in there. And there's like a live feed on it they got
Damn.
going.
Pretty viscous. Pretty viscous.
100 billion times more viscous. Fucking knowledge bomb,
That
bitches.
is- Wow. I would like to see the tar drip go head to head with an Uncrustable, which I got to imagine is going to have similar viscosity in the grand scheme. Wow, that's a mind blower right there, my friend.
Thank you. That was a
All
knowledge
right.
bomb.
You want to go? You want me to go? What's
I'll go.
going on?
Oh, you got some?
I'm for it.
Bring
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, bring it on.
I'm analog. I'm not fancy like
Old
you guys.
school
Got
paper,
an
baby.
old
That's where
fashioned
it's at,
pen and
son.
paper here.
All right.
So Australia is wider than the moon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The moon is 200 or
It's all just going to be moon facts.
No. I combed the desert here and got a little variety for you guys.
Went to the dark
Well,
side of the
smatter,
moon.
So the moon is 2,112 miles in diameter, where Australia is 2,485 miles wide.
Wow.
That's so
okay.
fucked up, man.
And
I feel like-
Australia is not even that huge of a
No.
continent.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but it's,
There's nothing
like
going on.
in perspective,
Yeah.
that's wild that the whole, like, the moon is a lot smaller than people think.
The moon.
I feel like I heard that at some point, but it's gonna blow my mind all over again. That's fucking out of control, man.
Knowledge bomb.
Nice.
All right, boys. The number of folds in a chef's hat used to signify their level of experience,
Wow.
namely judged by the number of different ways they knew how to prepare an egg.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Ironically, the number of folds in Rosie O'Donnell's stomach signifies the number of Egg McMuffins she's eating this week. That's fucking out of control. The chef's hat. How many ways you can prepare an egg? Yeah.
You're still doing the news over
Oh,
here.
yeah. This job material.
No, yeah, that's
Gotta
fucking
have-
hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
Also of note, certain states such as Texas have recently outlawed the scrambling of eggs.
Oh my God, jeez.
Can a brother get a rim shot? Come on now.
Knowledge bomb.
Wow, man, that one. There was a pregnant pause right there. man. Just soak
Ironically,
that
a
in.
pregnant pause that could not be terminated in Texas. If they clear it up. Yeah.
Yes.
I only know one way how to prepare an egg personally. Fertilized.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I got a million of them.
Wow, man. All right, listen. In 1822, a stork arrived in Germany with an arrow through its neck.
Whoa.
The wood was from Central Africa, over 3,000 miles away. This convinced zoologists at the time that birds migrated in winter and disproved other theories at the time, such as underwater hibernation or transformation into other animals, including mice.
Wow.
Did you soak all that in? I know that was a lot.
God, dude.
The part I'm trying to soak in is how they buried the lead of like, yeah, so a bird flies in with an arrow through its neck. So anyway,
Yep.
like,
Yep.
what?
And they fucking
Yeah.
have it, and it's like fucking like stuffed, like you can like see it, how the air, yeah, it's a fucking thing, dude.
That is
It's in
wild.
the museum over there.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Yes.
Knowledge bomb.
Knowledge bomb,
Wow,
bitches.
that's
I
a
know.
knowledge bomb,
Soak in the fucking stork in 1822.
Damn, dude.
Yep. And that's also how babies are made. That's
Yeah.
what I've been told.
True story, dude. Jesus Christ.
All right, you got more
Here's
over
back
there?
to me.
All
Oh,
right, what do
yeah,
you
I
What
got
do you
plenty.
All right.
So Wally Amos of famous Amos Cookie fame
Oh.
discovered and signed Simon and Garfunkel.
That's
Also,
awesome.
he was a talent rep for Diana Ross, Sam Cooke, and Marvin Gaye.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
Knowledge bomb.
That's a good one.
Amos fucking doing a
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
Amos just killing the
Putting
game.
it down.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Crushing ass, getting paid.
Yeah.
Superior cookie game.
Oh, yeah.
Talent game on point, son. The longest wedding veil was longer than 63 football fields.
What?
Yeah.
You got more? You got an explanation
That's
on
it.
that? What?
That's it.
Hold on a minute here. 63.
Longer than 63 fucking football
a
fields.
wedding veil.
Yeah.
That bitch was ugly.
Yeah, out of control. Really trying to gear attention in another direction. Yeah.
That one's hard for me to believe.
Yeah.
That's anything about that. That's a lot. That's like,
Out of football fields.
How would you even
Out
move
of
that? Was it
fields?
worn in a
Yeah.
wedding or is it done for like Guinness
Yeah.
purposes? That's the real
Little
question
from
here.
column A, little from column B. I don't know. That TikTok game, dude. Fucking,
Right.
You know, like
We're
all
gonna
of the
need-
above, bro.
It's all about those clicks, baby.
we're going to need a deep dive report on that next time, dude.
Oh, wait, quick detraction here. So talking about Guinness Book, I saw that the dude who he might have the most Guinness records. It's 250. Apparently, he does it for like raising awareness for STEM research. He's like a teacher or some shit.
Right.
Okay.
250 Guinness Book of World Records. Got 251 the other day for flying a paper airplane into a bucket from the longest distance, which was
Wow.
49.2 feet.
Holy
That's
shit.
pretty
There
damn
you go.
impressive.
Yeah.
Man.
That alpha brain bow, by the way. I can't remember anything.
You guys are
Hey.
firing on all cylinders
yeah.
here.
I'm
Shout out
firing on
Rogan.
Zero
Shout out
cylinders.
Hannah, baby.
The cylinders I was firing on and fucking.
Shout out Arbin Marcus, dude. Yeah, there you go.
We got more? Who's up for knowledge
It's
bomb?
back
That's
on you.
bro.
It's on me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me see here. An Iowa supermarket employee went missing in 2009 while at work, only to have his decomposed body discovered in a gap between a freezer and a wall 10 years later.
Whoa, one more time.
Yeah.
I don't even know if this is
Bring
quite
that
a
back.
knowledge bomb. All right.
No, I was going through mine. I
All right.
was
An
wild.
Iowa supermarket employee, okay, went missing in 2009
Okay.
while at work, only to have his decomposed body discovered in a gap between a freezer and a wall 10 years later in 2019.
Whoa.
Yeah. You guys remember fucking Hans Moleman getting stuck in the freezer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And he goes, that was 10 minutes of my life that I'll never get back. I just would have wasted it anyway.
No, it was it
Frost
Jasper?
Man.
Was it Jasper?
One of
I
them,
think?
he
I don't
gets
know, maybe-
frozen
yeah.
in there, and they're like, come see the mysterious Iceman.
Yeah, yeah.
Frozen for
Yeah,
eternity."
it was Jasper, the bearded guy,
I think I
right?
might
Yeah.
have been mixing
Yep,
both of them.
that's it.
It's so rare. I didn't even know that dude had a name. Let alone
Yep.
the fact that you know it blows
Yep,
my. That's a
yep.
knowledge bomb right there.
Oh yeah, talking Simpsons now.
Simpsons fucking material. Yeah, we're pretty up
You
on
haven't begun to
Simpsons.
scratch the surface on Simpsons.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. That's more like a true crime story than a knowledge bomb, I guess. But it was so
Right.
out of fucking
Yeah, it's-
control.
Also, what does that say about the hygiene? You're
I
buying
know.
hamburger
No
from
shit.
this
People in the
place. It's
comments
like-
were like, "Come on, really? It wasn't smelling.
Yeah,
like behind
yeah.
a freezer, there's heat back there."
I
Like,
mean,
why
the neighbor
is
in
this?"
that Dauber thing was catching it from a
Yeah, dude.
fucking
Come on, Jeffrey.
Fucking-
What are you doing over there, Jeffrey?
apartment over. They couldn't smell this motherfucker in the same thing when they're stocking ground beef. Dude.
This also went down in Iowa, so you know he
Yeah,
gotta
right,
put things into perspective a little bit there. All right, you got more?
Yeah,
What you got?
yeah.
Keep
I
rolling.
got a few more here.
Keep rolling.
So Japan has approximately 3,142,500 vending machines,
Wow.
which is roughly one machine per 40 citizens, ranging from everything from beer, fully prepared meals, and disposable cameras.
And
So basically everything.
and women's panties.
Yes.
Used panties,
Yup.
apparently, and all this kind of shit.
Japan is
Yeah.
wild.
This at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it's not that much to mail order them in.
Right.
I mean, wait, what?
Tariffs are surprisingly low. Surprisingly reasonable, dude.
Amazon's great now, but no, yeah, for real though, it's I don't know. It's a fucking thing over there though.
Yeah, it's
fucking
wild,
weird.
man.
Wow,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that's a good one. Jesus, they do because they fucking and Skoke lived there for like a couple years.
Oh,
dude. I'm
yeah,
sure he could fucking speak on it, but it's just like the whole culture over there, fucking like quick and
Yeah.
quick
Real
and
fast,
small.
but-
That's really
Yeah, it's wild.
Fast.
Like-
that really is the definition of. I mean, that's the definition of my Japanese car. Like, quick and small and fast.
Gotta be nimble. Fucking. All right, is it on me?
Wait. Let's give that one a.
A deep daddy. All right. So you lose bones as you grow.
Mhm.
You start out with around 300 different bones when you're born. Many of them merge and create the skeleton that you end up with as an adult, but they fucking fuse together, so you end up with less. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I thought you meant like you lose like bone density. Whatever.
No, well,
Got that
too, yeah.
osteoporosis.
See, the one exception where children can actually gain bones is if in R. Kelly's in the room.
man.
Yeah.
God
In which
damn.
case they get one additional one inside.
Jesus
them that was not there
Christ.
I was
before,
wondering
yeah.
if you're going to dip in that R. Kelly
I
well
know.
again or
Oh,
go
yeah.
with Jared
Double-
Fogle this
yeah.
time.
You're writing jokes on the knowledge bombs now. All right, I got one more. I don't know how many you guys got left, but this one, I read this a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, and I was like scouring the goddamn internet to try to find it again to make sure that I fucking kind of had it right. But Olympus Mons on Mars. Do you guys know what that is?
Is that one of the big mountains
It's
up
the
there?
biggest
Okay,
mountain
yeah.
on Mars. It's
Yep.
the biggest mountain in our solar system.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's so big that the cliffs around the base of the mountain, it's like a sheer cliff around the
Okay.
whole base of the mountain, are as high as 6 miles tall, which is taller than Mount Everest.
Holy
So that's
crap.
just the
man.
cliffs. And then there was some other shit about if you stand on top of it, like theoretically, if you were to stand on top of it, you would like be able to see the curve of the planet.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's basically it. But it was the cliffs part of it that I was like,
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Can you
crazy.
imagine standing in front of a 5-mile high wall of something?
That's a Game of Thrones style fucking White Walker.
Way
Yeah.
beyond that.
Could you
dude,
even
yeah.
see that distance? Like, would you
No.
be able to see the top of
No,
it? I didn't
you would
think
not,
so.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 miles is absurd. Yeah, it's got to be fucking.
Yeah.
Whew, do the math on that. What's a mile? Like 3,000 some feet, 3,600 feet. Am I way off
Yes.
base on that? I don't know.
I'm terrible with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Use that hit in the head fucking brain over there. Figure it out. Come on there, whiz kid.
Rain
Let's
Man brain going in. What the fuck? Yeah. So that's my final for the night.
Damn. That's out of control, man.
Yeah. Oh, no. I do got one more. Shit. Fuck. I got one more.
All right.
Keep it going.
All right. So this one kind of sucks, but hey, are any of them that great? Let's be honest. McDonald's once made bubblegum flavored broccoli.
Wow.
Yes. It never made
Really?
it to menus as it confused child taste testers.
I'm
Wow,
sure it confused everybody.
yeah, so McDonald's for ages coming up with different ways to give you diarrhea.
Yeah. That's out of control. Why would you even want that bubblegum?
Apparently
That sounds
nobody
miserable.
did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even McDonald's is like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronald's at the helm of the CEO table. It's like, no, it's a hard pass on this one, gentlemen. Hard pass. Yeah.
You got another? Or are we out?
Kind of. All right, I'll throw in one that's kind of
Yeah,
lame.
I got
but
one more.
I'll give you a little
Yep.
window here for yours. So it would take 19 minutes to fall from the North Pole to the Earth's core.
Oh, okay.
That's a fucking long fall,
Yeah.
right? 19 minutes.
Huh. Would you speed up because of gravity? Would you keep going faster?
Did you not take Coach Roop's physics class in high school, bro?
No.
All objects fall at the same speed regardless of weight, save for if you've got wind resistance factors.
Yeah, but that's
But
on
wasn't
the
the pull of
surface
gravity-
of the Earth,
yeah.
dude. As gravity gets as you go toward the surface of the Earth,
I gotta imagine
would
gravity increases.
would increase.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I assume it would increase at the same rate for both objects, right? Like it's some Newtonian
Yeah,
physics
two
shit,
objects.
I would
Yeah, but I'm
imagine.
just talking about you. I'm just talking about both objects would continue to get
Oh, would they
attracted to
fall?
that fucking
Oh,
iron
would they fall
core.
more quickly both
You-
together? I thought you were
Yeah.
talking one like a weight.
No,
plate,
like if
okay,
you
yeah.
felt if there was a hole
That's a fine question.
and you fell, I think it would probably be very minuscule in the
Right.
measurement of it, but you would fall theoretically faster.
That math checks
Yeah.
out if there's a
Yeah, it's 'cause the
great,
pull of
quantity
gravity
of gravity pulling you down. Yeah.
Yeah, would probably get a little stronger as the center core of the Earth
Right,
that
right.
creates probably most of the gravity.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll buy what you're selling here.
All right. A year on Venus is shorter than a day on Venus.
What and how?
Yep. Yep. A year on Venus is shorter than a day on Venus.
You're
Okay.
gonna have to explain this.
I
one,
will.
but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The rotation of Venus on its own axis is slower than the
Oh, okay,
rotation
okay,
of
okay,
Venus
yeah, yeah.
around the sun.
Okay.
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 A year is the planet going around the sun,
Yup.
Right.
and a day is the rotation of the planet itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why it's tricky.
Yeah,
but that's,
yeah, I was
that's why,
Bamboozled for a
yeah,
minute
exactly.
there.
I thought it would be, but yeah. So yeah, it takes longer. Like Venus is essentially almost kind of like barely spinning.
Wow.
Like the
Okay.
way that the Earth is
Okay.
spinning. Like, yeah.
That's
if I've
pretty
ever
crazy.
heard one that
Yeah.
deserves a. Apparently, we do not have knowledge bound sound bites on all the pads.
These couple of rows. I only got fucking 12 of them or something, dude. You gotta just
That was
one
all
of the
the- that was all the way
I know.
over here.
I'm going for the farthest one here.
Got a little bit of editing to do here. Anyways, add one more to the chart. There.
That was pretty
Damn,
good. That was a good round of
Wow,
knowledge rounds. Yeah.
Holy
Spent a
shit.
minute.
That Venus one blew my mind. It took me a minute to
Yo,
soak that one
I'm
in.
good. I'm glad I came with that one because it was just that one liner. I forgot about it.
It took all the alpha brain I could snort to
Indeed.
be able to get around that one.
I saw that one. I didn't even look that up too. I saw that on like a documentary I was watching, and I was like, I
Yeah.
literally was like, oh, I gotta like write that down.
Yeah,
Like that's a crazy one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well played. Damn.
Like-
I feel informed. I feel educated. It's good shit. All right. So I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm going to lead with mine. So I'll give you both a second to think about it.
Okay.
The question ultimately is, what was the scaredest you've ever been as a kid to get in trouble?
Oh.
Okay.
Where are we drawing the line
Oh.
at kid?
Call it like
32.
13, indeed. 13-ish and under, 15-ish and under. Or
Okay.
if you got an outlier or whatever, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go first. I don't know
Yeah.
how or why I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
I'll actually give you two
You probably
answers.
got 25 stories because you were always fucking
I
running
think
away.
I might know the one you're gonna drop, so we'll see here.
You have no idea.
I got
the
some
one.
Really?
ones.
Okay.
I got ones about you.
I'm actually surprised you did that because I was like Butters from South Park when I was a kid. Bro. I was
know.
so
That's why.
scared to get in
That's why,
trouble.
Yeah.
that's why I have these stories.
I have two that I think you could potentially
know.
drop here,
I
so
know.
we'll
I think
see
I
if
might
I'm
know
right.
what one you're gonna go with, but it's neither of them.
Okay,
that's
we'll see.
That's a
So-
good one. All right, what do you
And
got?
that was one of them too. But the first one, the squirrel cage, my friend.
Yeah,
Do you remember the
that one
squirrel
was. I thought
cage?
about that immediately. Yeah.
Okay. So band class, right? And we were fucking shitheads, and we were, thought we were like hilarious drummers, the
Which-
coolest in the
no, we
band.
didn't
which
think
in
we were.
fairness
We clearly were.
Yeah. So we're back there, right? And there's this fucking furnace thing, old school, Fruitport, terrible furnace, and it's got this thing whipping around 10,000 miles an hour, and it's this metal, like fan looking thing, for
Yep.
lack of a better term, right?
Yeah, and they call it a squirrel.
Yeah,
cage.
squirrel cage
Which we
blower.
didn't know
Yeah.
until the quote unquote incident happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
We take a drumstick, right? And you could stick it down there, and this is old school Beavis and Butthead days. So we were just like, chucking it down there. And it's fucking grinding.
We would grind our drumsticks on it, and they would make noise, and it was hilarious.
It was
right?
the funniest thing ever, dude. And then one day, the squirrel cage just stopped. It just stops. It's like, brr, grinds to a halt. This fucker's all bent up in there. We're just like,
Fucked up, dude.
just dying. And then band teacher at the time, Mr. Finn, right?
Yeah.
Calls us in with one of the head maintenance guys, and this is dead serious. And he's like, gentlemen, and we didn't know what this fucker was called. And he's like,
Yeah.
you know why you're here? And I don't think we legitimately had any idea at first.
I kind of think we.
Maybe, I don't know. The details are hazy.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's like, the squirrel cage. It's busted beyond repair. We're just they're trying to laugh.
We fucking held to our story, too,
dude.
or something. None of us got in trouble.
And you're going to have to refresh my memory on the story, but they're like,
I don't remember
this thing
either,
is like $800, and we're just like, whoa.
It was more than that.
Yeah.
Those things could they
Something
were so
absurd, dude.
old school that it was like difficult to repair them, and like
this is pre-World War II. This is a vintage squirrel cage.
Yeah.
This is an original fucking serial number squirrel cage.
I don't remember, but we definitely were like, we have no idea what you're talking about. Like, we definitely fucking and they clearly knew that we did it, but we all stuck to our guns and they didn't do shit.
Yeah,
They
dude.
couldn't do
Yeah.
shit.
They
dude.
couldn't break us. This
Yep.
fucking holding down
Yep.
Sopranos style.
It was me and you and
I didn't see nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing yet.
Joel Camp, right? And
Yep,
Dauberstein, I think.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I
that was
shitting
that
my
was
fucking
that was a big
pants
one.
for
I remember that
shit,
too.
dude.
That
Yeah.
was a fucking crazy thing. Yeah, we got all called individual interrogations.
Yeah, dude.
All that shit, dude.
Yeah.
It was like what, 7th grade, I think.
So, yeah, it must have been
Yeah.
7th, 8th, something like that.
Yeah, because I remember
Oh,
talking
damn.
to my English teacher about it happening and shit. But yeah, that was
You
that was
spilled
a
the
good
beans, bro. You fucking.
no.
Narc.
No, she was cool. It was I didn't fucking say it. It's coming out now, dude. Fucking Rob Finn's probably on his deathbed.
I knew it. His last words, dude.
No way, dude. He's still out there crushing that lawn all the time. I drive past him every day.
Is
Finn
he?
getting
Yeah,
after
indeed.
us?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good for him.
He's
Good
on my
for
way
him,
to
man,
work. I
yeah.
see him all the time.
He is a good guy.
Oh,
He is
yeah.
a good guy.
Yeah.
That other band teacher, God, what's
Mr. Hall.
Andy
Yeah.
Hall. Don't get me
dude.
started on
Yeah.
him. That's a
He
whole podcast.
sucked. He's the reason I quit band.
Yeah, that's a whole podcast for another time. I think the scaredest I was ever been to be in trouble. So there was a time, you remember prank calling was the fucking thing?
Oh, yeah.
So it was a Friday afternoon, and I was prank calling numbers out of the phone book, and I was probably, I couldn't have been much more than 10 or something. And I was prank calling, and I was doing some shit about buttholes and pussies and stuff. And it like
Some grade A material,
Right.
to be clear.
some real,
like,
real heady stuff, you know. And the guy who picks up goes, this one, he was like, "Oh, you prank calling me? I have caller ID. I'm calling you back. When are your parents coming back? I'm calling you back."
snap,
And I
dude.
fucking I hang up. I'm shitting my pants, right? I think this guy's gonna fucking call back. He probably had no intention.
Oh,
of
yeah,
calling back,
yeah.
But I think he's gonna. But my parents come home that Friday night, and we immediately fucking pack up in the car and go up to the cabin. So I fucking got away with it.
Yeah,
Because I thought the guy was
nice,
like
dude.
gonna call back. He was like, "I'm calling back this night." Like, you know,
Wow,
I got
dude.
star 69 or I got caller ID. Or
It's
something.
that whole Seinfeld
Yeah.
episode where George leaves that message and he's got to sneak into his
Yeah.
girlfriend's
Yeah.
apartment to delete it
Yep.
before she hears
I
it or
was
whatever.
petrified.
Wow,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Damn, man.
You got one?
I'm racking my brain and I can't come up with much. The best thing I can think of is, so I was in 3rd grade, and shout out Steve Dawes, who was actually on my softball team, and we're good friends
Nice.
now. So obviously 3rd grade elementary school, it's back when like liking girls was not cool. So he called me out one day and he's like, "You like blah, 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 blah." Anyway, I had a short fuse when I was a little kid. I was fat. I got made fun of a lot. And this just triggered me for some reason. And like the old school radiator heaters they used to have at Edgewood Elementary, I grabbed him and smacked his head into it. And he came up and he was just gushing, dude. Gushing. And
You hit him on
immediately-
that squirrel cage, bro.
Yeah,
You fucking
exactly,
head slammed him on
right?
the
I was
squirrel
thinking,
cage,
I was like,
man.
that's the same kind of
Yeah, and I just
thing.
immediately shit my pants. I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good. And
dude.
yeah, that ended up not being good, surprisingly, you know? But
There's that graph of fear, and it's like age/severity
Yeah,
of crime.
Yup.
right?
I know.
And like the older you get, the more like debauchery you've got under your belt. And you're
Yup.
like, okay, but man, when you're little, it can
Yeah.
be down here, and it's just like, whoa,
Oh,
This
yeah.
is gonna be bad news for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, this is not gonna.
I
end
heard
well.
such serious trouble. Yeah, thinking about like that guy probably had no intention of ever calling back.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
he was probably fucking laughing about it. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but yeah, I was petrified.
Oh
dude.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, the squirrel cage is a big one. When he said that went through my head immediately. I was like, yeah, that was a fucking thing.
That was a
we were,
pant
like,
shitter right there.
yeah,
for
because
sure.
those things were like they were like trying to accuse us of like multi-$1,000 damage,
Yeah,
like vandalism.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
one
it
of
was-
those.
That's
dude.
pretty
was bad
heavy for the
news.
age.
Yeah,
That's where that
yeah.
graph
Yeah.
gets extreme.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It was the whole thing.
We're up in that top right quadrant on
Right,
that one for sure,
exactly.
gentlemen. Yeah.
We were just going to. Do you know anything about this, son?
No.
Just laying down our finest beefs of mud. Yeah.
Oh, that's good shit.
Yeah, indeed. Fucking man, we were fucking assholes in that fucking class back
Yeah.
then, though,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Making fun of Mr. Finn like crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I remember like making fun of him, like literally behind his back. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And he, like, we like literally could not stop laughing, dude. It was like there were
Well-
times when he was like so pissed because we were just going,
Yeah. Just
uncontrollable giggles, dude.
Just laying down.
You had those plastic blue drumsticks,
Yeah.
dude. Those were what we were using in the squirrel cage, dude.
Is that superior quality American drumstick plastic fucking taking that thing out, bro?
Those things were garbage.
Oh yeah, they're so terrible. They're all hollowed out.
just terrible, bouncy and awful, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking wild times. One time you threw a drumstick and it hit the stage.
That was my second one. Yes, dude.
Bounced up and it hit this kid in the eye.
Oh man, dude.
I don't even know if we should say his name.
No, we don't need to. That I can't believe you pulled that one. That was absolutely the second. Yeah. So we're in drumline, and you remember they had that stage down there in the middle school, right? And
Yup.
that was like chest high because we were little shits, right? And this one kid we always shit on. We were kind of dicks, and he was kind of annoying. So fault on both sides. I just go, shut up, XYZ kid. And I whipped my drumstick. It had to be 30 feet away, and I didn't mean to hit him. Like, I just hit it, and it bounced off the stage, and I'm just going to scoot it down there for comic effect, right? And it fucking goes, whoo, boo, shoots up and hits him in the eye.
Perfect
And I'm just
ricochet.
like,
Oh, man.
Bam, right in his fucking eye, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks, man. He didn't want that to
Yeah.
go down, but yeah.
So he's got a service dog, everything ended up
Yeah,
okay
I
in
know.
the end.
Struggles to this
But,
day.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
it's
okay.
funny. That was literally
Yeah.
the second one.
Yeah, that
oh,
one
man,
I
was
remember
shitting my
too.
pants.
Yeah, that was a big deal, man, because that,
It was a dick move, and that was like out of character. And I
yeah.
didn't try to hit him, but whew, what an unfortunate bounce that was. Dude.
I might even be thinking of the wrong kid that it hit. I'm not 100. You'll have to tell me off. There was a couple of them. Was it? Okay,
Yeah,
that was who I
yeah,
was thinking of,
yeah.
because there was somebody else too that was fucking.
Oh,
Yeah. You can clearly hear it on the microphone. I'm gonna gain that up.
both those kids are just gonna be sitting back, shedding a
They're
single
probably-
tear. Listening to
They're both huge
Goodbye,
fans.
cruel world. Just been waiting for that crucial mention for 17 weeks in a row. This terrible podcast now. It's like, oh, they're nostalgic fuckers. They got no new material. They're always throwing it back to shit that happened 20 years ago. We're coming up at some point, and this is their moment of truth. Right
Yeah,
there.
Like
yeah.
Buscemi and Billy
Yeah,
Madison.
he's doing the lipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, man. That was a long time ago. You know, like-
So that's not gonna end well.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, those are big ones. We did some fucked up shit like running around at night, fucking stealing shit and stuff. A little later.
See, I
like
didn't get
8th
into
grade.
too much of that, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you were like, we went out a little bit, like we were gonna go tip a porta potty, and like
Yeah,
you were like,
yeah.
like anytime a car was coming by, you would like run up into the woods and like lay down and
dude.
shit.
Yeah. I was fearing the wrath of the old man, bro. I didn't want
Oh,
to be
yeah.
part of that
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
feud,
Yeah, you want to
man.
piss off the old man, that's for sure.
But I remember
That's true.
distinctly, like, all right, I got it. Like when I'm older, I want to have this story to tell. So I at least had to get a hand on it. So these guys are doing all the hard work, and then it's like, boom, push it, cheese it into the bushes, and like,
Yeah.
all right, I did my part. Like,
We went over
I
to
had a
Pine
hand in
Park,
it,
dude. Yeah, we used to
Pine
go
Park.
over there in the fucking middle of the night. It was not too far from
Little
the house.
shitter
Fucking-
tip. This is good natured fun.
Right.
Yeah,
Day,
tip the old. Yeah, good natured. So the poor bastard's got to clean that up.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, dude. They fucking tip it out here at the fucking park sometimes, dude.
Whoa,
And like,
man.
it's brutal, dude. I'm just like,
Just going out there as an old man now,
it's
just going, you
me.
fucking
It's me,
irresponsible
you
kids.
know?
Back in our day, we would never dream of doing shit like this, you little savages.
Yeah, we were doing shit like that. I got this Yoda that's in my studio back at the old man.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That was a window thing that we ripped off from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of shit like we used to steal all those letters off of signs. That they used to have all the signs where you'd put the letters in and
Oh, yeah.
street signs, like in
yeah.
signs
Like
that
Burger Crest still has to this day.
yeah. We were probably stealing them from Burger King. So we were from Mr. Quick.
Okay.
That was closer over there. Yeah, we used to walk around over there in the middle of the night. We took a fucking some kind of fucking thing off the car wash. It was like the car wash menu that was hanging in the fucking basement for a long time.
You know what I
like
just remembered now was the old school thing that we did always steal, the spatula from Pizza Hut.
Oh, yeah.
Remember stealing the
spatula,
spatula, dude?
yeah.
Like 8th grade,
Yep.
that was the only thing to do. You go and hit movies at Cinema 12, and then you walk across the street, get that Pizza Hut. Like, that was a fucking baller ass, like making it
We
rain
used to
type
do
night
that
back in the day. Dude.
And I kept that fucking thing like hidden in like the chair in the basement.
Yeah, those spatulas are out for a hot minute.
Man, I wish that the fucking thing was still around.
It's
dude.
still floating around down there
Indeed.
without question.
I don't know if this is something you ganked or what, but by the way, how long's it been since somebody used the word ganked?
That's what we were doing then. It was ganking.
Too long.
Yeah.
Too long. Yeah, it was nothing but
So I was going through your closet the other day trying to make some room for some stuff, and I found, I think it was like a class president, like giant banner from high school, like a giant vinyl banner in your closet that was like somebody for president. And I don't know. Dude, I'll have to show you next time you're in
I don't
town.
remember that one bit.
Yeah, dude. I found some random stuff in your closet when I was going through there.
You just going through his closet? Like,
Well, I mean, he hasn't lived in the house for years. I got a place for all my
piles
firearms.
and piles of used Kleenex.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. Just stiff old socks. And
Toppled over.
Playboys from 87 stuck together. You fucking sick bastard.
Dude. Bottle of Lubriderm back there, dude. That extra strength Lubriderm, bro. That extra dry skin formula. It was the winter months. It's Michigan.
Right.
It's plausible.
Box of condoms, unused, of course.
That'll happen.
Yeah, that's cool shit.
Oh, man.
All right, man. I think we'll probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
Fucking thanks for coming out, bro.
yeah, it was a
fucking
good
great to see you.
time.
I
Thanks for
haven't seen you
having me.
forever. Yeah, man.
It's been a minute.
I know, right? What I remember was fucking rolling around in that white wagon, fucking listening to ICP, fucking like your mom cracking up. That
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
shit, dude. You know,
Down
we
with the clown for sure.
went out fucking skateboarding and broke my arm. That's a whole other fucking story. Yeah, it was good times, man. All right. Anybody else got anything else you want to say?
Spent.
I'm
You
good.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.